Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's another night for wrestling. Happy Tuesday to everybody out there. Hope you're doing well. We got 2 days in the book of this week already. We're going to cap it off a little bit of WWE NXT tonight. It's going to be a fun one, so make sure you get in that chat, hit like, hit subscribe, be a part of all the fun, be a part of the wrestling utopia. But strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, 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 ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it again. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are looking forward to the NXT After Stand and Deliver, the new era, the new age, the new season for NXT. Lots to talk about, lots to get into as far as this card and as far as this show goes, who's going where, who's doing what. We saw Ilja and Roxanne on Raw, so we'll see what happens tonight. Lots of twists, turns, and surprises, I hope. But make sure you get in that chat. Like I said, I hope everyone out there is doing well. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Say hello. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind, whether it's NXT or otherwise. But I will take a moment to remind everybody out there, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick. And yes, we even have a rematch tonight from NXT Stand and Deliver of the Wolf Dogs taking on Not Man and Robin there, Nathan Frazier in action for the tag team titles.
That makes me nervous. That makes me nervous.
Little interesting. And then we also have the debut of Javon Smith. I believe I said his name right there.
Yes.
Hopefully. There we go. Yes. I've heard a lot about the young man and everything like that. Haven't catch most of his stuff or anything like that because he's been on an NXT level up, but really excited to see that. He's taking on Reggie.
Reggie.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to run. Fair enough. My bad. We got Kalani Jordan, Fallon Henley taking on Kiana James and Izzy Dame. So you got your KJ on KJ action for you. And
there we go.
Brindley Reese, Squirrel Lady number 2, taking on Jada Parker, who's thicker than a Snickers.
This should be an interesting one. 2 young talents in the women's
Javon Evans. Sorry, I mispronounced the man's name.
There we go. So we'll see what happens there. Plus, who's next for Ilja? What happens with Trick? Is Carmelo gone? What else? Tony D's got some questions to answer as he kind of surprised everybody at Stand and Deliver Nick.
Oh, absolutely. And like you mentioned, we saw Ilja and we saw Roxanne last night on Monday Night Raw, and I feel like I halfway owe you a apology because I feel like I kind of sandbagged it a little bit with them showing up because when I sat back and thought about it, that's very much not a Vince McMahon move of not only did they come up, show up, and show out, they went over, like Ilja went over Nakamura, etc. So very much we're starting to get this, push of the NXT infusion here, and especially we don't know what's going on with Trick now.
No, we don't. I mean, again, he was able to get a big win on Saturday. So what's next for him? My assumption is he is the next NXT World Champion. I think Ilja got a little bit of tease on the main roster, and I think we're close to getting that on a permanent basis. A nice match with Nakamura last night. So what does Trick do? Carmelo, he put him away. He got the W over him. A big win on a big pay-per-view. Now what? Does he go straight to the champ? Is there a speed bump along the way? Are there people like Dijak in the way of wanting a title shot? I don't know. And again, back to Tony D. What is he going to do?
Absolutely. And and not to take away from my Paisan, but we've also had a whole new title announced during Stand and Deliver as well. So where are we going to go with there? I know we've got Julia, who was announced too during that show. So maybe she's the clear front runner for that title if she's staying around in the U.S. or if she's going to dip back and forth. But who do we have, as the next North American women's champion?
You know what? I think she would be the front runner, bringing her in, making her look powerful right out of the gate. And even if she is planning to be a part of some type of NXT Japan kind of idea. Then you're getting a former champion from NXT going that way. So it helps her value overall, but I don't know what the plan is. Maybe the WWE main roster sees potential in her. A lot of buzz about her, a lot of talk about, whether she would come or not. So the fact that she is here now, I think she's the front runner for the NA title when we get going here.
A bit. Well, I do also find it interesting because she seems very obviously attached to one Mr. Rossi there from Stardom.
Very much so.
He was, exiled. And I've heard rumors and speculations that once he announces his new promotion, which could be coming in the next couple of days here, it will fall under that NXT brand, potentially in NXT Japan, kind of like what you were talking about. If they do expand that way, of you have somebody who's attached to home base NXT, a former champion, like you said.
Well, and again, you look at the dynamic in Japan right now, and I would say that with a lot of the things going on, the wrestling in Japan might not be as stable as it once was. So now if you bring in the WWE under the NXT brand, that's another avenue for athletes in that part of the world to latch onto to compete with for contracts. It's not just I got to go here or I got to go there. It's legitimately another, platform where they can sign athletes. And there's a lot of talk about, females being very close and loyal to Rossi, another guy that has issues with Tony Khan. So even very interesting.
Right. But speaking of interesting, should we talk to the people? See what
Let's talk to the people. We got about 7 minutes to show time, ladies and gentlemen. We will get there, but let's say hello to the peeps.
Damian said, "I'm looking forward to James Izzy Dame versus Fallon Henley and Kalani Jordan."
Can we just call this the Nick Can't Remember Your Name match?
Well, Izzy Dame and Kiana James. It almost sounds like the last part of it kind of rhymes a bit there. So it just kind of, it's like the advertising lullaby, like George Carlin there,
Right. But yeah, I mean, again, NXT, I believe, highlights their women's division better than any other brand, including the two above them in their own company. They consistently have women involved from top to bottom of the show. They have mid-card angles. They have low-card angles. The women are well represented on NXT.
Well, most of what we've literally been talking about has been, the women's division and, a new women's title. And what if they add, a whole new division of NXT based around one woman? All of that.
Right. I mean, again, to have that expansion. And again, look at all the names. We haven't even talked about Sol Ruka and others that are out there that are still making their way. We're going to get, we got little Santina running around making a name for herself. We're going to see Ren tonight. We'll see how that goes. Interesting.
Right. See Money, what up? Rocco, what up? This year alone, WWE has 6 pay-per-views out of the US. That's insane. That's expansion. That's global expansion. Monet, where I could only do that. This is the only place I could do this globally.
Right. I laughed because I thought the exact same thing as the words came out of your mouth. I mean, this has been an initiative of I think more Nick Khan than anybody else, but it is that global expansion, that pushing the envelope across. We're going to France, we're going to Germany, we're going, we went to Australia, we're coming back to Canada. Good old TO, shout out. But they continue to book shows around. Now, the good news is, based on what happened in Philadelphia, if we get SummerSlam in Cleveland and the way the shows have been going locally, I would be okay with some of the shows coming back to mainland USA, because the crowds are starting to wake the fuck up. Excuse my language, but they really are. Like, I mean, how long do we talk about? They go international. We can't wait for the crowds because that's where all the energy is. So it's nice to see it coming back to the US of A.
Oh, absolutely. But I think that is, like you were just saying there, if that's why they've gone that way, that's because, those are a lot of untapped or rarely tapped markets. And especially with WWE, that is that already Goliath in pro wrestling showing up there. It's going to be a goddamn spectacular every time that they do it.
Yeah, and based on everything we heard this weekend about Triple H, about Nick Khan, about the powers that be in WWE, bringing Stephanie back into the mix, it's all about
allegedly she's not. Sorry.
Yeah, not fully, not officially Reback. You're correct.
Right.
And not Ryback. I made up a word. But yeah, no, I mean, this the goal of this group right now is bigger, better, stronger than ever. It's pushing every avenue we can. You know, we don't just talk about our ticket sales or our merch sales. We also talk about our YouTube numbers. We talk about our social media numbers. They're watching every analytic and they want to push that needle, push that needle. They're not looking backwards at all. They don't care what happened pre them getting there. It doesn't matter. And I think a lot of the booking choices, the way WrestleMania worked out, and there were so many feel-good moments. Remember, Vince didn't give a shit about feel-good moments. Like, send out Brock, fuck this all up. Send out Ronda. Like, no, I mean, this is a different attitude, a different animal. And in a world where there is one borderline competition out there, they are doing everything they can to separate them and their competition. Like, it's not even a fair conversation.
Well, and I know we've kind of joked about it, but this is 100% the evolution is a mystery of WWE out here, because this is now, let's be honest, WWE was starting to, wither at the roots here a little bit under He Who Shall Not Be Named, to where, there wasn't so much of a call for it domestically. Like we were talking about, the crowd sucked. The attendance numbers weren't great, especially the domestic viewership was going down, everything like that. So now you've got this recharge, this repush to how can we do, going off of where we already were, how can we do this bigger and better, and how can we continue to grow this, make this the next big thing.
And I'm really excited to see how this summer works out for the WWE. As far as, I don't recall the last show in, Paris or Germany or Scotland. Like, there, it's really kind of unique markets that I'm looking forward to seeing the energy in the building, the crowds. Like we talked about with All In. I mean, if you don't get the shows very often, when they come, you sell it out or you get as close as you can. So, I mean, they're going to have packed buildings with, we saw it in Puerto Rico, crazy fans.
Absolutely. That's a prime example right there. But we'll get back to the chat here.
Yes, we got about 2 minutes.
Kevin, what's up? Rapid fire. Kevin, what up? Matthew, what up? Eric, what up? Bama, what up? Matthew again. Jason, for anyone that's wondering, that's a fan-made account and everything, all of that. But there were teases, and we can talk about that. There was heavy teases of maybe something, and very much a little White Rabbit. Yeah, I know.
Well, we'll get into it as the show's going on, maybe on a commercial. But listen, as an absolute childish mark, dude,
beat your head.
Damn it.
But Jesus, what up? TJ, what up? Propunzo, absolutely, you should be watching NXT and Us versus over that awful remake of Roadhouse. Right. Roundhouse.
I watched it though, just for the record.
Oh, you have?
Was yeah, Connor was funny in it. The movie wasn't great though.
Yeah, bad. Brandon, what up? Easy Bake. Richard, what up? Mega, what up?
Well, that's right. Natty taking on Roxy. I forgot about that.
Facts. MDB, what up? The real world champ is here. Get the knee pads. Yeah. You're like Dwayne out there. Yeah. This is awkward. This is awkward.
He sounds like Drew McIntyre. I'm the real world champion.
With bondage Undertaker.
Bondage Undertaker, pop me.
But we should just be right at about showtime here. I don't know.
I don't got it yet.
Fair. Maybe they're running late.
Maybe
8 o'clock. But Eric Tate, what up?
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Paul, what up? Yeah, I got the Mariska Hargitay. I got Richard Wolf. Good old buddy Richard Wolf.
I got then, ladies and gentlemen, I got the screen frozen on the new graphic, the new Marvel-esque. You got that?
Yeah. Now.
Yeah,
it is 100% Marvel. Forever.
Together.
Instead of the MCU, we got the WWE CU.
I love it. I like the visual. It feels up to date. It feels current. It feels relative. It feels like it belongs in 2024. I mean, I like the imagery. I like everything, a lot of what they're doing, almost everything that they're doing. They've really, done a lot to win me over in the last little while.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and everything feels new. Everything, again, I know I said it a bunch during our, WrestleMania weekend, everything's been a definitive, declarative statement of this is a new era of WWE. Of instead of, oh, we took out the woo because Ric Flair's, in a controversy again for right now, where we eliminate this person from the intro, what have you. We'll just do a whole new goddamn intro. As we're getting a replay of Stand and Deliver right now.
We are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the show is kicking off. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Let us know how you're feeling about the show. We will take a prediction on every single match. We will take a rating at the end of the night. Out of 10, we want to know what the fans are thinking about all the shows. So, again, get in there. And if you haven't clicked like yet, do so.
Absolutely. Be a friend, tell a friend.
Absolutely.
Brandon B, what up? Saying I so love the new WWE opening. Absolutely. And did you, on a side note, as we've still got the replay from Stand and Deliver, I don't think we caught it because we were doing this and everything like that, but I saw a lot of people showing it of the transition from after Liv Morgan sabued Rhea in the head with a chair, how Dom smacks the camera and it stays as one continuous shot.
Yeah.
As an intro and everything. That's just been that constant, really cool touch to all the production now with WWE.
Right. Yeah, no, I love it. I like it. Even like we said it at WrestleMania and that, like the misdirection and people coming into camera frame and having people, even with the Rhea thing, when Rhea's walking in the hallway, we don't see that, oh, look, there's someone coming. It's just chair, face. Here we go.
Right. MJF is turning up in NXT. No.
Not likely.
Definitely not likely.
Right.
Mike saying it's knee pad time. What up?
Do what you got to do, bro. Get on those knee pads.
Anthony's got a countdown clock now of how many times he's watched NXT.
Go,
We too have been watching NXT.
It's all right. We're gonna make him do it live soon.
Right. Well, he got sold on watching Stand and Deliver and all that.
He has to. There you go. It's not bad. Speaking of Anthony, Thursday, Monsters Ball, Big Con, and PCO, Monsters Ball. Let's go. You have no marbles.
I was gonna say, I'm glad you said ball instead of balls.
Monsters balls.
I can guarantee we at least around here have marbles.
Lots of marbles.
Now, and I'll ask you this just real quick as we're getting a replay of the Trick Mello match. Bigger letdown out of WrestleMania weekend, or especially I'd say that same Saturday, Trick and Mello or Jimmy and Jay?
I think Jimmy and Jay because it was higher profile. I think this match close second, though, being that it was kind of a historic main event. I felt like it just didn't hit that emotional peak. And I think that's the same for Jimmy and Jay. So very much in the same boat. I guess it would depend on it, how you look at it at the end of the day. Do you look at it of the bigger show, the bigger platform, the bigger stars? We should have had more expectation for them, and it just didn't pan out.
Yeah, one was mid-show and one's a main event. Yeah, and we're literally getting, if we walked in off the fucking street through the gorilla position here.
Yeah, real cool shot to open the show.
Now, I worry, though, that they're going to just overuse this one singular shot, though, because it feels like they're doing it every week because it's gotten praised, and it's going to be one of those if we're just going to keep doing it all the time here.
Roxanne Perez. Here we go.
Right there, you just almost made me want to do the Roxanne.
You don't have to
turn on a red light.
Roxanne. All right, here we go. Oh.
Let's go. No, you're good. I was just popping for the Ouija here, apparently. This new version of Roxanne is way better than she was at. She was getting stale. She was, all right, move along because she's done everything she can do. And now this feels completely rejuvenated and reinvigorated here.
Yeah, my only question is, what does Cora Jade do when she comes back? Because
tag team.
Roxanne's got her gimmick and doing it better.
They could be the Punk Angels. Hello, CM.
Right. Shut up, she says.
Ah, that's a great point, though. I don't need your "you deserve it." I needed that a year ago.
Ah, fact. Are too many people in the last few days getting "you deserve it" chance? Or do
Yeah,
they all
well,
deserve it? Do they
yeah,
all
well,
deserve
that's the
it?
thing. They've all been kept, down here.
All right. Oh, all is right with the world.
She really is just new age AJ Lee.
Yeah, they just got to turn her mic up a little. She's a little too soft, like a little too quiet.
No bass in her voice,
A
respectfully.
little more thump, yeah. When she
Oh.
gets there, a little more thump in the throat.
No, give her that thump, that boom, 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 babe.
Roxanne have only the red.
Yeah.
Tell them to shut up again. She still can't talk for right, Paul. I'm with
Yeah,
you.
but why can't she do the Dwayne? You shut the fuck up.
It's like it's working a little. Like when she does turn it up and she gets a little gravel to her voice, it works. It's the in between when she goes back to being too cute. You're like, oh, you're adorable.
You're right. I can't stay mad at you. But saying, what did y'all expect, Roxanne, as a pipsqueak? Yeah, but like I said, I can constantly compare it to AJ Lee. AJ Lee still felt like she had that level to it, and I don't know how to describe it outside of just having that little bass in your voice, I guess, of you command the room versus the room commands you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think she's still, still trying to figure it out. And again, she has to be bigger than her physical size, right? She's got to project. And I think they did a really good job of that outside of promo, like her attitude or demeanor on site, smacking everybody. You kind of forgot she was the little one in the dressing room. Like she was the one everybody was hiding from. Oh shit, she's coming. She's like Debo.
Right. Hide chaining.
Hide your chain. Here comes Bird Lady with a busted wing. The crowd is chanting, "You tapped out to the baby face."
It's one of those of just, yeah, like you said, you can't really boo Roxanne because A, she's justified, and you're just so adorable. And she's super fucking talented, and I don't think Lyra was as over as they thought she was or thought she was gonna get. So
Yeah.
it felt very much vindicated to put the title on Roxanne. You got one goddamn arm, woman. You already tapped out the first time. You want a rematch now?
You really want to waste your championship rematch?
Bro, it's so funny you mentioned Cora Jade with Roxanne, though, because now listening to her talk, like just there, that's all I could hear. I was like, it's the same goddamn thing.
Right. Tatum Paxley in the house. She's maniacally playing with Lyra's hair. Lyra's talking to her through a microphone. Okay.
Yeah, because I always
The
know
turn! Tatum turns! Tatum turns!
Whoa, what the hell?
Let's go.
You wouldn't succumb to my advances. Pause.
Single white female on the loose.
Literally, it should have been me.
It should have been me.
But yeah, I always know when I want to have a private conversation, I make sure to lean the microphone towards my face.
We come on here when we want to have a private one.
All right, exactly.
Wait, let me get my microphone. Son of a bitch.
Right.
Lyra sounds like Lucky Charms. I think that's like borderline racist. No, I'm just kidding.
Prejudicial, different.
Lyra was boring as hell. She got better towards the end. Tatum brought the best out of Lyra. Oh, here comes Natty.
Yeah.
But the her matches were good though. She had solid matches. She's perfect for AEW.
Well, no, she was good. She just needed a fucking character. She still needs development. There's a reason she was NXT. I don't think they should have hot shot her straight to the title.
We were surprised when they did.
Right.
Lyra turning on Tatum. The other way around, Jordan. Sorry. Natty, let's go.
Big pop for Natty.
Look at the boots on Natty. She looks like a giant.
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
What is Roxy billed at? 5'1", 5'2"?
I'd be surprised if she's 5.
Fact checkers out there. How tall is Roxanne Perez? So, well, claiming.
We just need Alexa and not Bliss because they'll be probably the same height. But Jordan Kirby, what up, saying Lyra turning on Tatum? I'm calling it. Well, I don't know if we're ahead or behind you. No, you just saw it.
No, it was the other way around. Tatum turned on Lyra.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Ava, here's my midriff. Rain. Blame it on the rain. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
No, she looks like she's going straight to like a Spice Girls or a TLC concert.
Dude, again, it's not about... It just, again, it looks ridiculous. It looks like she just got out of bed.
There's nothing when you see her, and I've been a fan of Ava. I was saying she was the thing holding the schism together and everything. I was calling her the Rhea Ripley of schism. But there's nothing. Ava Rain. There's nothing when you see her that screams authority figure.
No, she looks like like I said, she looks like a teenager that just rolled out of bed at 11:30 trying to figure out what's in the fridge.
You will respect my authority.
Yeah. And listen, I know I harp on this, but it drives me nuts because I don't take her serious at all. Natty looks more of the general manager than this crazy lady.
Honestly, I'd believe Natty as the general manager of NXT more than anything.
Right. Yeah. The boat going to take on Roxanne for the NXT Women's Championship. Great match. Roxy's going to win it. Natty's going to put her over. Going to be a great match.
Yeah, we'll see what Natty float on here. But everyone's saying Roxanne's, I guess, billed at 5'1", 5'1", and I saw someone.
So she's probably like 4'11", 4'10".
4'11", right? Yeah. 150 at 1.55 meters. She's a hobbit.
Oh, the wolf dog.
Lady be out here just away after your own heartstrings here of holy crop top, Batman.
It wasn't even the crop top today. It was those fucking pants and everything. Oh, wait. Ava talking Axiom and Frazier. She looks a little better there. I just want to take you seriously. If you want this role, I want to believe that you're in charge of some shit. And you don't look like you're in charge of some shit.
Yeah, that was the replay from backstage, I guess, from NXT Anonymous after Stand and Deliver. That's really the thing, is there's nothing. You're already barely introduced from when you started on the roster, and now I'm supposed to expect that you're the authority figure, and yet you never have conveyed that.
She's not a good talker. She doesn't look like she's being professional. She looks immature. I don't take her seriously. There's no reason to take her seriously. And I don't know. I don't like it. I wish that's the biggest thing I would change about this weekly show on Tuesdays is you got a kid running the show. It's ridiculous. Whose kid is this? Oh, never mind.
Right. Exactly.
Not bad.
As we're getting Frazier and Axiom interviewed backstage. Now, everyone tuning in, keep in mind what mask Axiom's wearing right now, because he'll have a different mask when they actually come out to wrestle and everything later tonight. He has a backstage mask and an in-ring mask. This man is just too much.
Right. She looked like a college teen that just rolled out right out of her dorm. 100%. I'm so shocked she doesn't come out in fucking fluffy slippers. But yeah, like, I mean, it kills me, dude.
She's looking like she's a member of the sorority of Thigh Slappa Jappa.
Right. KJ, reflex and eat a Snickers bar. Relax, maybe.
You're not Kevin Owens when you're hungry. KJ.
Literally about 40 times this weekend, someone has said, "Is that KO? Is that KO's uncle? Is that KO's dad? Is that we're fucking 4 years apart in age, assholes." It's really not money. Oh, that's for money. I was like, what are you talking about? Ava is currently the worst.
I need more money. What?
Ava is currently the worst thing in wrestling right now. That says a lot. And I'm dead serious. I'm not far behind you.
Now there's something else, and I think that's going to come out on Wednesday.
Sorry, side note, Kalani James is getting an honorary degree from Chase U.
Why does this whole fucking show at times seem like high school after school shit and everything?
Yeah, I'm waiting for fucking like beauty school dropout.
Right, the theater production. Like
high school.
I've seen certain films, and I'll leave it at that, that have had better production and better sets than this
Better
shit.
sets. That's the thing. I think you're gonna have to stay after class.
Right. You got an award.
So JC and Jasmine are here. Neeks.
That's the one I can't remember a goddamn name.
Right.
Thoughty with a body. How about that?
Shut up, you freak nasties. Shout out, Russell. Natalia as next GM. Yeah, I take Natalia as she's earned it. She's a vet. She's been around for a hot minute. She's at that point of her career where she can transition to a backstage role. If Natty was the GM of NXT, I'd approve. Ava's not doing it. Sorry.
No, that was too. No, there's a few here that I want to say by the bell. Chase U is so ass. This one caught me. No, yeah, I've seen better sets and better classrooms at Corn University in Nebraska.
Yeah, usually when I see acting like this, the title starts with Debbie does.
Right. ... There's a lot.
He gambled on her big match. Oh no. He gambled on her big match. Andre's in trouble.
Bro, Andre Chase has a goddamn gambling problem. Now, I'll be amazed. And this literally just came on me like a goddamn bad idea.
What? Okay.
Well, no, because so Duke Hudson, remember, he was the fucking, you got to know when to hold him.
Yeah.
So what if he's been the secret influence here? They're going to fucking spin this. I'm calling this now. They're going to spin this into the Shohei Ohtani type shit of how his fucking, translator went down with the shit when he might have allegedly accusations been, putting some money on some things.
Well, and speaking of like the production value and what it feels like, on screen, I mean, they keep in mind they sold calendars to stay alive. Like that's
facts.
That's scene 1. Scene 3 is they need more money.
They were a step above a car wash out here.
Right. I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, we're getting Fallon Henley and Kiana James right now coming out. So taking on,
yeah.
Fallon Henley and Kalani Jordan taking on Kiana James and Izzy Dame. There we go.
Told you, this is the fucking Nick's name pit match.
I know. Normally this is your gimmick. I somehow have gotten into this.
I know, right? But ding, jump start.
Syllables and non-emphasis.
I'm going with KJ and Izzy.
I swear to fuck if you just said I'm going with KJ. I'm gonna punch you through the screen.
I'm hedging my bets. I'm going KJ. I'm going heel team all the way. Then again, they won on the weekend, so I could be being greedy on this one.
Yeah, but she's kind of your girl, so I'll take Team Babyface here of Kalani and Fallon here.
I will say I'm a big fan of Fallon, which sounds weird.
But no, she's being all serious.
These athletes, son of a bitch.
I was gonna say, well, we know it's he who shall not be named, and now they need a rename. But yeah, 100% though, she's been really the next standout besides like Tiffany in NXT has been Fallon Henley. So she's 100% been up there. We've talked about and joked about for the longest time of if Mickie James were ever to come join Hubby, I'd love to see them two together.
Yep. Oh yeah, and she got a real good babyface vibe. She came out of the bar rescue stuff pretty strong.
She came out of it strongest, I'd say.
Oh, 100%. Well, yeah, it took Briggs a little bit to catch up to her, but she's doing extremely well. Very, very good looking woman, athletic, strong. Kalani, I'm still trying to figure out. Izzy, we don't really know a ton about other than she's a bit of a heavy. She's got the heavies.
Right. And that's out of wrestling sense, ladies. We're not talking about any other way.
Cheers. I am so waiting for Chase U to go away. You know what? We had a funeral for Chase U, and it didn't stick. I would like to go back to the funeral and retry.
That's going to be the first time I think anyone's ever in the history of life said that. I want to go back to the funeral.
Let's try again.
Wednesday Addams out there.
Right. What's going on, Larry? KJ, Nick. Crazy thought. What if one day Axiom gains a Long Island? So crazy. Random.
Yeah. Explain your reasoning.
Why would he have a Long Island accent? I just think he should take the mask off.
Yeah,
I think he was better
since
off.
He's from the UK. Why would he develop that all of a sudden?
Like, oh, did they just change the guy in the mask? Maybe.
Well, it's like that weird, like if you've heard of, if you get like a certain brain injury, you wake up and just all of a sudden,
right?
You got some guy from Kansas all of a sudden talks with a Scottish accent and shit.
Right. I'm over NXT. Oh, come on, Boston. You're such a sourpuss.
Hey, but he said he's still watching us. So again,
that's fair.
The rest of them may suck, but we never do.
I don't know. I might choose at least watching this match without sound opposed. I'm just saying. So a lot to keep your eyes busy. Why is Thea mad? Thea is mad because Chase U almost went bankrupt due to Andre Chase's gambling addiction. And then on Saturday, apparently, according to JC Jane and admitted by Andre, he bet on Thea Hale's match, which she was not successful. So he's not doing good.
Now this is where Tony D'Angelo comes in and collects in on that payday again, and we just run that whole back and everything.
Yeah, like who wrote this fucking storyline? The Young Bucks? What is happening?
No, because then we would have been leaking the backstage footage of him at the casino and everything like that. I think the alma mater for Chase U is just you got to know when to hold them, know when to hold them.
Like I said, they had a funeral, and I thought we could have stopped it right then and there, but everyone disagreed with me.
Right, but you've got hot, steamy KJ on KJ action right now of Kiana James stomping out Kalani Jordan in the corner here.
How did Kiana get to the ring without her helicopter? She didn't have her helicopter tonight? Oh.
No, they were already in the ring. See, they got the jobber entrance.
Right. We missed that. Oh, so they're losing. Shit.
Yeah.
James. Mm-hmm. James and Dane for the win. Go after Brenda. Is this a 90210? Yeah.
I don't want to wait. Well, hey, they're going to the CW, so they're just turning it into the creek.
They're getting prepared for, you're the Dawson.
I was going to say, who's the Dawson of NXT? Is it Trick? Trick is the Dawson.
No. What do you mean?
That Dawson?
Maybe. He's
the only character I know from Dawson's Creek.
Well, I'm trying to figure out who
his name's in the
who's
show.
Pacey at this point, then. Who's Pacey? Captain Duck. Kiana and Izzy win tonight since they lost fucking Charlie, buddy, on Saturday, perhaps. James, Izzy, Dane for the win. James for the win. Fallon Henley turning heel. Not everybody can turn, guys.
No. Remember, Stand and Deliver, where she had Sarah Push.
Oh, that's right.
The Foo face. She had Jobber face on.
Yeah.
Everything after the match. So,
okay.
100% that could happen. Or if she doesn't turn heel of just, I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah. I'm
sick of being with you losers.
I forgot that happened. I forgot when they were celebrating. She was all sourpuss, just like Boston.
Yeah. She was, boo-boo the Foo, Jobber face.
How could you all ever mix up Kiana James? Well, they keep putting her in the ring with other people like Kalani Jordan. Thanks.
Right. They keep putting her in the ring with other names that are KJ, and I work with a guy named KJ. So, gee, I wonder how I could mix that up.
Right. Next week, she fights Corey Johnson. Yeah, oh, shit.
Right.
Valentine for the win. KJ for the win. That's my answer.
Ooh.
Thanks, Larry.
Who should right now, though, in control of Izzy here? Ooh.
Interesting question from Richard as far as could Kalani or Fallon be the first NA title holder? Now, we made a little prediction earlier.
If it's not who we said earlier with Julia, it's got to be Fallon.
Fallon's a good show.
She's something.
I could see it being JC Jane.
Oh, and it's so crazy, and I don't want to sound like haterade here, but just every time someone wants to give Jason Jade props, that thing to me that was cheering for Gigi, just like it's like twisting a knife of like,
Right.
oh, what could have been, and Gigi's out here on level up, yeah. No, I think Fallon.
The 401k. Sorry, Nick.
One, two.
Okay, you're right there.
Son of a.
So her finishing move is called the 401k.
What is this match and having K's involved?
But big win by Kiana James and Izzy Dane. Good match. Good, strong ladies tag match. Fun one.
Oh, absolutely. But also, though, too, like I was saying, I don't think Fallon's been a women's world champion or anything. So this would be her way of, she held a title. And so if she does make that jump, at least she's a former champion. She has that on her resume. And the inaugural, too, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Which NXT star do you like to see get called up to the main roster? Oh, I almost did it again. Oh, Wesley. Nope, that's not.
No. Yeah, so we got Javon Evans right now.
17 years old.
You're gonna make me Google this shit right now. Hold on. No, but I've heard a lot about this guy. I've seen a lot of the clips. I haven't watched any of his real full matches, whatever, but I've seen a lot of people comparing him to like when Rick O'Shea, our favorite O'Shea brother,
right,
and William Ospreay,
right,
when they kind of were first coming up, of that really super talented and innovative too with the athletics.
Right. Izzy, the girl in the neon looks like a clone of Tiffany. She's like a bigger, bulkier Tiffany.
That's why she's the heavy. What?
She's the heavy. Got them heavies, bro.
Got them heavy feelings.
All right. So Jada Parker demanding their music as Out the Mud, Reggie, and JP are on the way to the ring.
He's 20, by the way.
20. Okay. He looks 15.
Just youthful in the face. I know we seem kind of dead behind the eyes here, but yeah.
Right.
Well, we're about to see his debut versus Scripps.
There you go. Vance and Fallon or Blair would be the first NA champion. Interesting.
Sol Ruca?
Sol Ruca's a good shout. They like Sol Ruca. She could definitely be in the contention. Yeah.
Do they do a tournament to decide it? I feel like they
yes,
do
of course. We need more tournaments. It's wrestling. Modern wrestling. Give us all the tournaments. Speaking of that, on Saturday night when we were busy, FTR advances to the finals of AEW's tag tournament to take on the Young Bucks. So interesting.
Yeah, and so we get the match we all wanted at some point, but is it now? Well, is it now jaded of has FTR had every bit of their momentum taken off of them? Mm-hmm. And I'm still interested to see, honestly, what AEW looks like post this Wednesday, because I feel this Wednesday, with what they've alluded to, what they're going to allegedly show, and I've heard a lot of people aiming that it's going to be clearly like just to try and embarrass Punk and everything. Yes, it is Reggie.
No, it
wasn't. It is Reggie.
Was it Reggie? I thought he was talking about. Anyway, keep going.
Right now, but I think that's going to be your. We called it the finger poke of doom. I think it could be your Tony Schiavone. Well, that'll put butts in seats.
Yeah, it's. I don't see an out here. If it is actual footage, what is best case scenario? What do you accomplish? Like, do people boycott WWE if it shows, like, CM Punk running around the back with his shirt off, screaming and yelling and throwing monitors? Does it change anybody's opinion, or like, is anything going to come out of this video that, it's a win for AEW? And if it's not a legit video, it's some kayfabe, ha, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, well, then you look like idiots. So what is best case scenario here for AEW?
Yeah, there's nothing to gain outside of, the people that just want to see the footage, because I've heard everything from it's going to be pretty much they just have the Young Bucks doing Mystery Science Theater over it and everything and talking about, oh, did you see you missed that punch? Oh, blah, blah, blah. But again, you look like petulant children at this point. How much you have an issue with the way, Ava Rain's presented and how you can't take her seriously as the general manager of NXT and everything is how much this comes across of. So you're still upset over somebody that left you. It's like being upset over a relationship that ended 2
it's
years
like a jaded ex.
Right, but
Like,
you can't let it fucking go. And so instead of trying to do better,
Mhm.
you've got to we're gonna just dead that and just to hell with everything that's focused on our show. Nothing else is super promoted for Wednesday outside of this.
No, and I mean, again, Penta's going to fight Edge, but like you said, to me, it comes off very much like a jaded ex-lover of I can't have him, so I'm going to make everyone else hate him and think he's a piece of garbage. Like that's what it feels, or her, equal opportunist here. But that's what it feels like. Is well, CM Punk's gone now, so we're just going to try and make everyone else hate him so that they don't want to play with him either. Like, yeah, I don't know. Just I really think it's a bad move, bad look. I think they need to look forward, not backwards, and really let it go. Like, just it hurt you while he was still in the company.
100%. Like, well, you even asked what was the best case scenario for this whole situation is that you acted like adults when he was still with your company and you could have used this to make money for your company. Instead, you popped a rating, and now for every hater, for anybody that, like people want to sit there and say talks, just hates AW just to hate AW, what have you. Now you've given them nothing but ammunition to sit there and say, so CM Punk's the reason you have ratings on Wednesday again. That's the thing. There's no
lose.
good outcome here.
Yeah, because if they're like, oh look, like if they pop a rating on Wednesday, everyone's gonna go, well, you did that because of Punk, because you attached Punk's name to this show, and so that's what I mean. I don't, if you want to prove yourself right, if you want to sit down in an interview, if you want to go back to Ariel and answer the questions that you refused to answer last time you were with him, then there's your opportunity. Listen, this is what really happened. Go to the footage. If they did it in an interview atmosphere and it was just them answering questions the way Punk did, I'm all for it. Let's do it. But I am not, again, same like Edge. Stop taking up TV time. I'm tuning in as a fan to see where your show's going, not where it's been. And I don't need to listen to a rah-rah speech about how much you love getting overpaid by the billionaire. I'm already tuned in, entertained, do your job, put forward the product that we all hope to see. We don't need all this shit, all this extra shit taking up your TV time.
Speaking of extra shit taking up TV time, we've got No Quarter Catch Crew. I couldn't have planned that better if I wanted to. But no, just to end it on this, it's very much that bitter ex-lover, and we're just the fucking third wheel that you're telling me about your relationship issues that I don't even give a shit about. Like at this point, whoever's right or whoever's wrong, does anyone care anymore? Like I don't give a shit. Move on from it. You're trying both be better from this. That's why the whole takeaway from it. Clearly, Punk's having a great time and doing, cool shit in WWE and actually helping out there. Right. Why aren't you putting the same focus? Sorry.
No, 100%. And we got the family talking to the Quarter Pounder crew. No Gulak.
Is this because they've moved up from a dime instead of to a quarter?
No drawstring Gulak.
Oh,
too soon? Shit.
I'm gonna just say people say shit just to say shit and sell books.
Some people say shit to sell books.
Yeah, because they don't have this thing called a personality.
And here comes Evans. I guess everyone's betting for Evans to win this one.
I would assume so.
Yeah. If Tony Khan is trying to accomplish people hating Punk, all WWE has to do is turn him heel, and it adds to fuel the fire. Facts. It's a lose situation for these guys. And again, we saw Rob went off the air last night. Punk grabs a mic. Philly goes crazy. Him and Jay sign a couple shoes, throw them out to the fans. And as I'm watching the clip of him, talking to Philly and throwing the shoes out, going, man, this guy's really a cancer causing a lot of problems in this company, isn't he? Like, again, it's night and day. Like, he's not on the mic, you know, he's doing his job and he's focused on doing his job. He's in a pivotal storyline, a big part of WrestleMania. He's winning. It's W's across the board.
How much Punk is beloved by wrestling fans and so on and so forth. What on that footage is going to be condemning enough to turn the tide completely against him? Exactly.
No. And the vast majority of the WWE universe won't even know that happened.
Facts. They didn't even know he punched them in the face. And that's the last footage.
Right? When he cracked off about punching people, 60% of the fans in the building were like, what was that mean?
Right. But we do have Javon taking on scripts right now. And so again, folks, if you haven't done so already, let us know who you're taking for this match. And I'm kind of excited because this is going to be a little
it's flying. What a drop kick.
This man's got ups. I'll give you that.
Man's got ups. He pumped up his Reeboks for this one. Is that too old of a
reference? Remember those? Yeah, I think if you remember the pump up Reeboks, make sure you take your ibuprofen before you go to bed tonight and shit. Your multivitamin.
Is that video out already? I have not seen it yet. I was waiting for it tomorrow. I'm curious to see the footage because I paid for a ticket to see CM Punk and Tony Khan fired him on the way to the arena. Facts. Absolutely facts. Now, what if the footage they show is actual footage, but it kind of corroborates what Punk had said?
Yeah, but they're not going to show the Tony part. They're going to show him confronting Jack Perry. That's, from what all intents and purposes, what I've seen. Now, granted, Tony's also said, I've putting this out there to try and build towards, dynasty and everything. It's like, nah, now you're making excuses as to why you put this out there.
For a build towards dynasty, how? But I do think they're going to bring Jack Perry back into the fold ASAP. I think that the whole thing about him being mad, him and Tony mad at each other, I think it's horseshit. I think it's all bullshit.
Well, it's probably always been a work, but it's still one of those of, honestly, would you want to be brought back to work just to spite a former coworker?
Yes. You remember what they did with Colt Cabana, right? When Jericho's like, oh yeah, all this fighting about Colt, I'll have a match with him, and they almost killed each other. They fell off the side of the fucking ring like idiots. I could fully see them pulling Jack Perry into the douchebag group. I think and actually, it's not a bad play if you're trying to dig into being these complete assholes.
I get it, right? Yeah, Eric Bischoff knows full well about that and how it sunk his company too, and everything like that. I'm even just looking at it as Jack Perry. Fuck you. I'm almost doing better and getting better attention of being, the anti of this. I don't even want to be involved in this. And especially the only reason you want to bring me back is to spite some guy who don't even work here anymore. What the fuck? Then you don't care about me. You care about spiting him.
Yeah, but you know what, though? And that's how we got in this mess was I think Jack Perry would be more than willing and on board with being spiteful. That's how we got into this pickle.
Smite me, almighty smiter.
Right. But like Punk said, you're only hurting your own business. You're only hurting your own goals. You are standing in your own way. You're stepping on your own dicks, as they said. Or as he said.
You said that. I normally can play jump rope with mine, but that's neither here nor there.
Adorable. Damn, Ronda really got. I don't know if that's true, guys. You can't.
Yeah, they're sourcing KJ White.
Don't quote me. I ain't said shit. Cutter. Cutter. What a match.
Two go. That man damn near looked like he was going to hit a full fucking backflip and then still hit a cutter.
Right. I don't know what they're chanting. He is one skinny drink of water. Oh,
that's been the one kind of drawback, or people that have, said anything about him of, you gotta bulk up, my guy here. But then again, that's the fucking WWE stuff.
Right. Is it possible to see Julia tonight? Absolutely. Especially with, I believe, the women's main event tonight.
Right. Oh, we're going flying.
Taking out OTM. Like the Jeffersons, he's trying to get up on the east side.
Did they say that?
They said that. That wasn't me. Hey,
hold on.
Quote him. He did say shit.
Right.
Evans for the win. Sabres 2, Dallas 1. Yeah, Sabres are just having fun now, playing pond hockey. TMI, Nick. I'm not sure what you said.
That's good. That's a good thing.
Jack Perry, bring back the scapegoat to the elite. I see it happening. I really do, because that's their MO. Pettiness, spitefulness, childishness.
That's their fan base, is scapegoats.
Fact. New kid for the win. What? Wow. I don't know what that's called. The crowd was epic, like loud as shit for that whole match.
Well, that's the thing, is this kid's, especially because NXT is always filmed local, and it's still back to that kind of Full Sail vibe-ish and everything. So they've seen him a bunch. They've built that, attachment to him and everything.
Yeah, he reminds me of tall, skinny Leo Rush. Like if you stretch Leo Rush out, that's this guy.
Well, and just the athleticism and everything of even the kind of springboard. It was almost setting up like a coffin drop, and they managed to sit there and 6:30 fucking through it.
Mm-hmm. I just realized that Scripps has the St. Louis skyline on his shorts. That's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely representing St. Louis. As Natty is hugging Petrovich. Carmen Petrovich. There we go, Petrovich.
Stupid, sexy Terminator.
That was quite the walk-up view with Natty.
Right, that's one of those, come with me if you want to.
See my chest, see my chest.
Made from real gorilla.
I said it backwards. Imagine if all 200 AEW fans in attendance chanted Punk every time they saw Perry. That's an interesting take. I know the 200 is a bit tongue-in-cheek, but imagine.
But it's one of those things of, I feel like this has the strong potential to backfire, because again, AEW has always kind of, it's been carving out its niche audience, and instead of, and everyone's like, well, why do we want to appeal to this? We've got this, right? But now you're fracturing that niche audience. You've already been doing that, and now with this, you're fracturing that even more. So we've gone from almost 1,900,000 to 800. Now we're in the 700s. Do we start going into the 600s and the 500s here after this?
And at what point do you worry that, I know people don't want to say, oh, the ratings don't matter, but what point do the analytics become a concern if you're in negotiations for a new rights deal?
Right.
People act like that doesn't matter at all. Oh no, like Warner Brothers Discovery love them. They're just going to roll out all the money. But no, they'll come up with a favorable deal based on the value they think you bring. And you got to remember, a lot of that analytic, dictates advertising dollar. And if they're not pulling in the views to garner the advertising dollar, then what do you do?
But it also depends on, this is the first company to where you didn't need an investment company. You didn't need this attached to it or whatever. This is literally bankrolled by one guy. So if he needs to throw a little bit of extra dollars here to make sure that's a thing, or do this, that, and the third, I think there's no way. Love it, hate it, want to run from it, whether you want to see it do well or you want to see it die off, AEW ain't going nowhere. Right. 100%. Mm-hmm. I just wish that they would be a better and more sustainable product to watch and actually live up to that whole, we're going to try and be the revolution, the counterpoint. They're the counterpoint because they're the sinking point.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. You want them to stick around. You want them to figure their shit out. And again, you don't want to hear a report of they no longer have TV. They couldn't come to, like, my big concern with the negotiations with Warner Brother Discovery is that Tony thinks everything's going amazing. So he thinks his company's valued way up here. And the people with the analytics in their hands and the bankers might think it's down here. Are they able to come up with a happy medium there? And like you said, there were speculations that somehow that Tony's allowed Warner Brother Discovery to get a kickback. So maybe that's part why they're like, ratings are great. Fine, fuck it.
Yeah, but does he kind of just go, I'm not going to stand for this shit? Or is it just Shad Khan shows up like, bring my kid to work day? And so now, Tony, you draw in the corner with the crayons, and he just, Young Bucks good, CM Punk bad in, red crayon, while Shad Khan actually works out the deal or anything like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you all think about Julia? I think we touched on this a little bit today. She could be here tonight. I'm excited to see what she brings to the table. I've watched a good handful of her matches outside of WWE. I'm a fan of her work. I think, again, you come into this system, you learn the system, but I think Julia has a bright future. So I think she could be the favorite for the North American title, the women.
She has one of the best potentials to come from, stardom and the Japanese scene over to the US without having worked over here before, and make that, really clean and really clear transition that isn't, you've got to go through this, or you've got to deal with this stupid fucking hiccup, or you can't, you've got to, like with Asuka, how they initially had her try and cut promos in English, and then they went back to just let you cut promos in Japanese. Like with Nakamura, we'll just subtitle the shit.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I think they'll find a groove. They'll take their time with her, and they'll find her place. I think they've done a great job with a lot of people. And what I love, it seems like under the new regime, they're less caricatures of their culture and more just themselves.
Yeah, that's the best way you could have put that, honestly, sir.
Julia, come out. Let's hope. Tony Khan needs to get the red pill. Get red pill. Roxy for the W. Oh, sorry. Joe Gacy making me dizzy. Oh, are we getting that?
I was going to say, Tony Khan hasn't been red pilled. He's been blue methed.
Right. I think Tony knows his company is hurting, but he wants to believe his company is okay because it's his ego. I wonder if it's that, or it just, the analytics don't really matter to him because he's like, just throw some money at it. We're okay.
Yeah, but that also comes with his upbringing mixed in with his kind of fan base mentality shit and everything. Like, I don't think he's escaped beyond that, but 100% though, pride cometh before a fall.
Who is this?
And why should I care?
There's Ridge.
Oh.
Her name's Kelly.
Oh, yeah. What's going on? Because you retired and then you, I guess, instantly unretired for about 10 seconds.
He retired like Chase U had a funeral. It's bullshit. Oh, JoJo. Ridge. Joe being sarcastic as shit right now.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Bro, this is like feeling like when you play a 2K game or something. You sit there and cut down a corridor and someone's like, oh, hey, what are you doing, pal? I'll challenge you to a match. Like, what the fuck?
Do you know where I can
leave?
Yeah. Oh, he slammed the door on his hand. Ridge hurting everybody. Oh, for a fuck.
Even when he doesn't.
That was funny.
Oh, they're turning Ridge into a goddamn black cat walking under a ladder here.
He's turning into
no matter what, you're bad luck.
He's like Bruce Banner and Hulk all in one.
Well, just big as Hulk, and shit. Well, fuck. Never mind. I was gonna just try and say he's dumb. Okay, that's what I was trying to say, and I've screwed it up.
Do you think Triple H will let her keep her name? They already introduced her on television as Julia, so
yeah,
I think a lot of athletes are going to be able to keep their name moving forward.
Yeah, you're not gonna see, Will Ospreay come in as, Billiam the Willie Goat here or anything like that.
Okay, so we get in this match now, Nick. Roxy and Natty are coming up now.
The tag title match is going to be the main event.
Facts. My bad.
No, you're good. I mean, you were just cheering for your proud Canadian here.
Right? Is that a new tattoo for Ridge? Maybe. There you go. There you go.
Right.
People are saying yes. Hey, Zimion. Yes. And his buddy just got the Cruz, got his hand jammed in the door.
Right.
Did I do that?
He's the fucking Urkel of NXT.
Just fucking it. Wreck-It Ralph. He's the Wreck-It Ralph. Here comes Roxanne Perez, your NXT Women's Champion. If Hulk met Steve Urkel, there you go.
I was trying to remember off the top of my head without Googling it. Urkel's alternate personality there to where
Stefan?
Stefan, there we go. I wasn't sure, so yeah.
Stefan. Why did he put his hand in the doorway? It's his own fault. Yeah, kind of true. You knew the door was going to shut.
Right?
Right? You shouldn't open the door by the, the edge of
Most
the
people
door.
stop a door like this, not like this.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I blame Cruz too.
It was your fault.
I've given up on the Rich storyline. I don't know if I ever got on the whole Rich storyline train here. It's been a tough show.
I've never been on the Ridge, so you can't push me over it.
Stefan Urkel.
Yeah. Alex, we were touched on that one. Natty deserves a title win. Been a while. If she stays around in NXT, is she first ever North American champion?
Yeah. Julia coming out. I think so. I think Tony knows his. I got that one. Roxanne. Grandmother Natty is her yawning. Oh, poor Natty. Zima. Just keep Julia's name, add heart at the end. There you go. Colored Julia Hart with a G. I like it. Well, earlier, was it MDB or C Money? Julia Gulia.
Yeah. We got Natty versus Roxanne Perez underway. So, folks, if you haven't given us a prediction, let us know who you're taking here.
Right. This match should be good if given time. Yeah, I think they're going to go.
I think they will because, I mean, they've pretty much already ran through everything else, at least that they've advertised so far tonight. Well, outside of Trick's going to be here, and we're going to get Jada Parker versus Brindley Reese, which I think will last all of maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we still have that. Fair enough. You motorboat son of a bitch. Roxanne winning. Natty is going to put somebody's eyes out with those words. Yep. Mammy Julia. I think that's taken.
Yeah, a little bit.
Big slap to Natty. Oh, never mind. Shots fired.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Clothesline on the outside here.
Yes, absolutely, Richard. NXT athletes are definitely involved in the draft. Some that were drafted last year, we've still yet to see.
Odyssey Jones, I'm looking at you.
Right.
But I also saw somebody mention, and I've thought about it, of what about like Braun Breaker or Jade Cargill, who just recently signed to SmackDown? Are they already instantly up for, in the draft here? Or,
a little bit.
Well, is the ink still too wet on the contract?
Maybe they get exemptions for anybody that's been signed for less than 3 months or some shit. I don't know. I imagine they'll just get put in the blender. But yeah, I guess them the breaks. You signed before a draft. Tough shit.
Right.
Does Jimmy Hart have a daughter named Julia? No, not to my knowledge.
No.
Purgatory is Natty versus Naya playing on loop. Oh, come on now.
A hole?
So her name is Julia Gulia?
No, Paul. Her name is just Julia. But, well, speaking of Purgatory, and I guess this is halfway a transition because we were going to talk about this earlier. We brought it up of the very much teases after Raw, during the commercial breaks of Raw. The most we really saw of it was during Bronson Reed's promo, to where you saw the screen glitch a little bit and everything.
Yeah.
Are we teasing, catching flies of a Bo Dallas continuation or anything? And I will admit, I'm going to say this now publicly so you can't be mad at me. you're starting to very much turn me to the side of I'm kind of here for it. I'm kind of fucking here for it. Just I'm seeing statues of them. You're seeing the Fireflies at WrestleMania and everything. I'm kind of fucking here for it.
I knew you'd come around. This story's
what
too
comes
good.
around is all around, Ricky.
And I recommend, dude, if you get any downtime over the next few days, watch the documentary. It's worth it. And to me, watching the documentary got me that much, that much more excited for the idea of what they're trying to accomplish here. Working with the same people, the same costume designers, the same story writers to kind of really pay homage, and again, not as a tribute, but a continuation of the new chapter, a new book. And the perfect guy to do it. It's not like they're getting some guy off the street and being like, okay, no, you be the Fiend.
I know, and I get that. And that's just been, like I said, that's been my hang up. And it's almost been that one of those things of was Wyndham so good at what he did that just leave it and everything. It's been that little bit of that line of, well, is it the continuation or is it a tribute? And I know 100% you've been on this continuation, and all of that. Christ, you were out there before of it's got to be, Bray and Edge are going to be a team and everything. But it's one of those of, maybe I do just got to sit down and actually take some time after WrestleMania weekend and watch the documentary to get those extra layers. Like I'm very much getting to, I'm here for it. I think they're going to do it right, and they can manage to spin it out enough that it's not a tribute, it's a continuation. That's just been that dance I've worried about.
Yeah, and I think what excites me and what kind of alleviates a bit of my apprehension in the way that you have every right to feel the way you do. I think because it is the Triple H regime, it's Papa Paul. If this was Vince, it'd be ridiculous. Like, I mean, they'd have like holograms of the Fiend running around and shit. Like, the fact that
howdy out there, hello, my honey, hello,
right? Like Beetlejuice,
right? Howdy.
Right. So I think in that regard, Bo being able to work with Triple H and work with the creative team and have a vision. And again, if last night was the start of the teasers, they're already right back into playing what worked so well before. And again, sorry to spoil it, but I mean, they tease it in the documentary. Even the way, if you listen to Bo talk about, early in the documentary about like, we got to keep this going. And you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, I did see the after credit scene and everything.
Yeah.
Where the lantern kicks back on and everything. I just, didn't have a full box of tissues to sit there and just cry for like 2 hours.
Yeah, my dumbass watched it twice, all in the fields. Cody's buzz caught fire. Did you hear that The Rock gave Cody a lighter last night?
The lighter theory.
Lighter theory.
As we're back in action as we've got a suplex on the outside here.
Yes.
So I don't want to fully take away from this, but I will say this. I am a believer in the lighter theory here because I think it's the only thing that makes sense because you had people, and even that barely makes sense because I've heard people say it's Dusty's Hall of Fame ring, which why does Dwayne have it? I've heard it's,
I heard it was like
one of the chili peppers from Roman's
necklace. One of the chili peppers, maybe Flea. I don't know which one.
Oh, right. But and maybe Anthony Kiedis, but I don't know.
Right.
I think the lighter thing is just it's the best, just kind of bullshit theory, but I kind of want to go down the rabbit hole. Speaking of Wyndhams and Wyatts and rabbit holes, I want to go down the rabbit hole just to see how far it goes.
It didn't even dawn on me, Nick, of like, all right, The Rock's out here causing arson to win a fucking wrestling match. I never even registered that was potentially what was happening. Like, he gave him the lighter.
No one ever thought that until we had that awkward segment earlier. We had to try and justify it.
Right? I burned you for the Roman. Like, what?
I did it for The Rock. I did it.
He's like, shit. But yeah, literally, if the story comes out of like, and then apparently, and I missed this, he put emphasis on smell and cooking.
What?
I'm like, what?
He put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Right. So apparently people were saying he tried to cook Cody, and that was his way of telling him.
I just don't know what else it could have been. Like, that was just, Honestly, I think that's probably part of how I felt about the rest of Monday Night Raw, and it just really kind of took me out about it. That whole shit, that was 40 minutes of awkward.
Yeah, after our last night, you and I kind of debating a little, I wondered, and I was going to ask you today, like, was it that extended Rock part of it just kind of took you out of the show? And no matter, like,
that chant was justified. This is awkward. This is like that's some shit you do in private. Why are you doing this shit in public? Like, I'll show you yours if you show you mine. That's some shit some grade schoolers do. Why are you doing this here?
Well, and again, I think that as Cody being the new champion, this new era, you got to be very careful that you don't put him in too many situations like that where the fans are like, all right, next champion, congrats on the story.
Yeah, this shit's just getting weird. That was just like the fucking Poochie moment there of, I'm sorry, my planet needs me. I need to go now, dude. Like, that's all that was. It was just weird as shit. And for 40 minutes to start off the show, it just brought it down, brought it way down.
Right. Roxanne bleeding. Is she bleeding? But they're going back and forth. This has been a hell of a match. Great pace to it. Natty throwing in those punches. Young wrestlers take note.
I don't know if she's bleeding or she's got a little bit of like the smudged, lipstick or something here. It's right around that area. She might have like a busted nose or something here.
The Rock gave Cody insert guess. I like that. All right, folks, get in that chat. What did The Rock give Cody?
Wrong answers only. What did The Rock give Cody Rhodes?
That was the other thing.
From Roxanne.
If he truly had like a bus fire, would he have been so like candid about it? Like wake up the next day and be like, "So my shit burned down." Like,
well, as we've got crossface, roll through 1, 2. So then The Rock just admit to arson live on TV, and B, so a lighter is what it takes to bring down a bus. I don't know if that's actually factual or anything like that. I don't know if a Bic can bring down, a Greyhound or something.
Like shoving a rag in the gas tank and lighting it on fire and walking away, like Fast Furious, too fast.
Dwayne's watched way too many Fast and the Furious movies, or been in too many. Sharpshooter.
Hell of a match. I know someone named Poochie. That doesn't surprise me for some reason. MDB.
Well, yeah. Why are they named Poochie? Now I'm curious.
As we're going for the sharpshooter, the crowd is
waiting until the Botchamania uploads. We'll see that Poochie moment. Yeah, so then you know where it came from.
Right.
Matthew. Just it.
The ratings tell a different story from Rock and Cody. Casuals are invested. Yeah. Now that's the other side of the argument is, as much as we analyze it and say, well, that could have been better here, they pulled huge numbers last night.
Yeah, for the start of a show after WrestleMania. It's just like how AEW pulls a big number after fucking
that's not true.
Big Bang and everything.
Well, that's a little more true. I thought you were going to say after their pay-per-view, because their pay-per-view didn't help their numbers. Hey, Lopez! Not Lopez.
Yeah, she's out here. Sweep the leg, Danielson, on Natalia. So it looks like Natalia's going to get a bit of a run at NXT, which I'm here for, because it helps push Roxanne probably out of NXT. And what has Natty been doing on the main roster?
Right. Well, and again, they've been building this rivalry between Lola and Natty for like a few weeks now. Remember, like going back a couple weeks, they've had confrontations. So they add to this. So we'll see. I mean, I didn't expect it, but yeah, they're really building up this, like you said, a chance for Natty to stay down, have a rivalry. Roxy gets a big win as a heel champion with a little bit of assistance, and Lola continues to be a solid up-and-coming heel in her own right.
Absolutely. And I do slightly need a Wolf Dogs t-shirt here.
Right.
I thought Natty was about to win that. What a match, though. Great match. Absolutely.
Absolutely great match. But, folks, we're rolling along. I think we're going to get a little bit of Wolf Dogs up next. But get in that chat. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. I see over 80 people. So I hope I see 80 thumbs up out on the channel tonight. Get in there. Make sure you hit the button. Help us out. And remember, we're back all week long with all your wrestling coverage, with all the action, with all the rumors. That's what we do here.
Spoken like a man who just coming out of a WrestleMania weekend, 100%. We're back at it like a jackrabbit covering anything and everything. Just because we're out of WrestleMania doesn't mean the shit don't stop. But
ain't no rest for the wicked.
All right. Money don't grow on tree. As we are on a commercial break right now, but yeah, absolutely 100%. We've got NXT tonight. We've got Wednesday night Dynamite tomorrow night, where we're going to get the footage of what happened allegedly, supposedly, accordingly, backstage at All In, involving CM Punk and Jack Perry. And I guess they've been wanting to release the footage, but just chose not to until Ariel, had his interview with Punk. So, I mean, I could have hooked you up, but I chose not to. But yeah. Thursday night, we got Thursday Night Impact, TNA Impact. We've got a Monsters Ball between PCO, the Quebecer, the Canadian that just won't quit, much like KJ, taking on Kong. Friday, we've got Friday Night SmackDown, the SmackDown after WrestleMania. And does Cody Rhodes become kind of just the true SmackDown champion? Where we go with there with new tag team champions on SmackDown, all of that. So 100%, there is no place that covers more live pro wrestling and just does it better than what we do out here. So be a friend, tell a friend. Tomorrow on Dynamite, another nail in the coffin for Tony Khan. Yeah, this is the one that I feel, like I said, it keeps fracturing and dividing. Like, you can't deny, as much as some people want to say, oh, you're just bullying on AEW, oh, why you hating? This is one of those that's really kind of brought a lot of people together of like, no, maybe we don't do that. Like, that's just not a good thing to do. So that's the one that I think is going to be, in my opinion, honestly, the worst decision that AEW has ever made is what comes after when they air that footage and deciding to do that. And now, granted, I'm not saying I won't tune in or anything like that, and even if it is just some troll shit or whatever, yeah, but it's just one of those of it helps. It does nothing to help your company, but does everything to hurt your company. Versus when you could have done, business with Punk when he was in your company to help your company and hurt the other company. Wow, TK Collision, and then Battle of the Belts 13 on Saturday. There you go. Good show so far. Yes, we're at about just past the 9 o'clock hour mark here. So how you feeling so far on the NXT post stand and deliver here? The new clear cut, Triple H DX era of WWE. Probably, expectedly, amazingly. There you go. Dynamite card is getting trust on IG even by fans. I haven't seen them actually advertise anything for that card. If anyone wants to let me know any matches that they've really announced, I mean, I'm sure there's probably a few that I missed or forgotten about with being on stream, but I feel like every bit of focus has been towards the whole, we're going to show some footage. It's going to be a goddamn watch party with TK and the Bucks. We're going to hug it out here. And hey, shout out Damian Priest out here already. I know he's just become a champion after on, Sunday and everything. Already becoming a champion after my own hour out here. Dapping it up and, getting the photo shoots and everything with Juan Soto and Aaron Judge out here on the Yankees. I'm going to start becoming a big Damian Priest fan out here. I'm going to have to if it's a Yankees fan. As we got Lola backstage looking fine. Natalya took Roxanne to the limit, but lost to Tegan in 2 minutes. Booking truly matters. Fair. Yeah. I'll give you that. I mean, it all depends on what the booking calls for, though, too, as well. TK can't keep replying in time. Replying in timeless Tony. Christ, I thought you were about to say he can't keep replying in timelines. Yeah, that's the thing. Is sorry. We're speaking of replying and coming back, but I don't know if I can go with you on this for a quick second. Go ahead.
Did I hear you say you're going to become a fan of Damian Priest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't give it. We're not talking about the cash in.
I'm just surprised. I thought you were opposed to him kind of being the guy with the title, that you didn't see him as the guy that could be in the spot he did. But you take one picture with the Yankees and
exactly
things change. But Lola and Natty fighting backstage.
Right. But yeah, no, what I was about to say there, no, before you came back, trust me, I didn't want to, have that stank on you or anything like that. I was saying that Tony needs to stop showing up in my timeline, responding to fucking people with 10 followers and shit like that. You know, act like you've been there before, motherfucker. Act like you own the company instead of you work for the company.
Right. Not even that. Like you're a fan of the company.
Yeah, right. Stop acting like you're a fan of the company.
Archer of infamy.
Exactly. One picture with the Yankees, put Priest up with it. Exactly. That's star power.
There you go.
And their names are Aaron Judge and Juan Soto.
I thought I heard that correctly, so that made me laugh. Got Don family for the win. So is it going to be the family, Crucifino, and Stacks taking on the new Quarter Pound Republic?
Yeah.
Can't fight. Lola Vice.
I didn't even know this was going to be a tag match here.
Did they paint her into her outfit tonight?
I don't want to complain, but I mean, I might go and buy a bottle of pant remover then.
Can I get a bottle of pant remover, please? Damian hasn't fully convinced me yet. Okay, well, I mean, one night on the job. Come on, John.
See, my you want to get me?
Wait. No, come on. I mean, I like what they've done with Damian. Even last night, giving him a separate entrance from the Judgment Day. I like it. I think he's going to be solid, and him versus Jay should be entertaining.
From what I've seen with this, they are actually going to put momentum behind all of this and put an effort behind all of this instead of you're just here to keep something warm before it passes on to somebody else.
Yeah, and I like the fact that, you know what, Drew is rightfully kind of the number one contender, but he's got Punk problems.
Drew and Tony Khan is just about to become best friends.
Performance Center Combat Club for the win. There you go.
Bro.
Stacks looks like Patrick Mahomes. Stacks Mahomes.
Yeah, literally. But he doesn't have quite the Kermit voice.
I was going to say, right? The Italian Kermit. Damian pinstripes. Maybe.
What?
Well, Damian
all for it. Yankees.
There you go. This match is truly 50-50, but I'll go with the family. Yeah, this one's a hard one to call.
No, this got to be the family here. 100%. Absolutely. You got to go with the Paisans.
Right. Yo, did they fire Drew? No, there's no truth to that rumor. There is no facts behind that. He could be sick. He could just be not there. I have no reports that he has left the company in any way, shape, or form. Dempsey pulling Miles out of the way. Where's Julia? I don't know. Good question.
Yeah, gonna have Vince and Drew Gulak sitting beside each other. What you do? Draw straight. What you do? I don't think that doesn't check out, boss. Doesn't check out.
Drawstring Drew, poor guy. Of all the
people, he's got to just have a drop kick based offense now.
1, 2. There you go. TK, Chris Jericho, Hook, Shibata versus Shane Taylor Promotions will not move the needle. Yeah, it's a tough one, and we like Shane.
I really like Shane Taylor Promotions. I think that was really, honestly, what kept Ring of Honor alive up until
Yeah.
TK bought it. So to see them now where they are, it's like, my boys.
Right. Booker T calls everybody kid. Yeah. I mean, but he's an old school guy. And to him, most of these athletes are kids.
Exactly.
Big tag to Crucifino. Luca. How old is Booker T? He's got to be 60. Like close. 58. 62.
What a memento.
I don't know. He hasn't aged a whole lot.
Well, yeah. Can you dig that, sucker? That's it. I honestly, if Booker T came out with a fucking, skincare line and everything, I might trust that more than Dwayne's. Yours is gonna make me lose my hair.
Crucifino locking his throat on the rope, then getting hit with a neck breaker. In comes David.
I got a winner here, so.
Oh.
Yeah, let me know after you get the winner here.
Oh, wait, what happened to my life?
I don't know.
Oh, I got the winner. Now I got Ava. Great.
No, I don't even have Ava, so now we're all off sync here.
When you get Ava? Booker's
Ava.
Naval.
Now I got Ava from last Saturday here, but I will go and find that naval, I guess, here.
Right. So we're getting the repeat of the announcement of the North American Women's title. For those who do not know, they have introduced a North American Women's title, as I just said. But Ava Rain letting everyone know that here it is. So I think they're going to talk about how we're going to name the first one. 3-1, 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. Was that the Shatter Machine? Kind of, sort of, similar. Booker T looking like he'd been Gilligan's Island for years. There you go. Anthony Ogogo is in Shane Taylor Promotions now. I did not know that, actually. I haven't heard Anthony Ogogo's name in a long time. Glad TK kept him around all this time for him to wind up in Taylor Promotions. I'm shocked. We hadn't heard from Anthony in a hot minute. I had no idea he was in Shane Taylor Productions as Oba Femi coming to the ring. Woof. Woof. I love his entrance, man. Cannot understate how dominant, how they're presenting this man. Oba's got a bright, bright future. Walk into the ring with a little bit of swag. I love it. Let's go. They shouldn't had Stephanie do this. You're taking the shine off the title now. Well, yes, you're not wrong. But if she's the GM, whether we like it or not, I mean, it's her announcement to make, I suppose. But you're right. I'd rather someone else did it. Anthony Ogogo has joined Shane Taylor Promotions last week on Collision. There you go. If I see another tournament in wrestling, it'll be too soon. Thanks for rooting tournament to AEW. We are probably getting a North American Women's title tournament. So, yes, lots of tournaments. Dustin's story is going to be a Reader's Digest one. As I got Oba Femi in the ring with a mic. Oba's a beast. Woof. Hoping Oba Feminist rise. Oba Trice, real name, no gimmicks, in the ring. The European title that HBK and the Bulldog held in the 90s should come back to the main roster. Very interesting, Matthew Childs. I like the sentiment. I know a lot of people asked for the European title to come back. It was funny because at the time, you never thought much of the European title. Yeah, there was a couple runs that were decent, but I almost feel like, could the European title be maybe a women's mid-card title, opposed to another men's title, another men's single title? I'm not exactly in love. Like, I don't like what AEW has created with 17 titles or whatever the hell it is. I really think the titles need to be special. They're not participation awards. They're not for the majority of the roster. They are for a select few. Do you think Joe destroys Dust? Yes. Yep. Symbolic. Something to point out. You get a Oba Oba. The fans are behind Oba. Now, Oba's gimmick was supposed to be heel, right? Remember, he was playing bait and switch, had a bit of a heel attitude. Fans love him. You're not going to be able to keep him a heel. Lights out! Is that Ivar? The raid is on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I'm okay with this. Ivar versus Oba. Let's go. Welcome to the meat penitentiary, folks. And they're letting Ivar talk. Oh. No shield. I like this. Comes out in a t-shirt. Looks like a dude. King and Queen coming back. I'm excited about that, Boston, as Ivar coming to the ring. I'm excited again because the new regime, and I think something like the King of the Ring was very important to Triple H. And I think you're going to see him do with the King and Queen of the Ring what he did with the IC title, where we started getting those vignettes and packages, even the US title, to remind us why we should care about it, why it was important. I think we're going to get stuff like that for the King of the Ring, where, you know, Triple H emphasizes the history and what it used to mean. And I think the King of the Ring at certain times made people's career. So I'm hoping it's a lot better than it has been, but I'm excited. As Ivar stepping into the ring. Let's go. When we ask the question, what do you do with Oba? Who's next for Oba? Who's going to be a serious contender to Oba? Yeah, you better turn it on. Maybe not many on the NXT roster gave you that vibe of like, okay, they could challenge Oba, but you bring down big boy Ivar. This should be a hell of a banger. Oba Femi versus Jacob Fatu. You can have my money. Yep. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna call it every time we get a meat division match. Welcome to the meat penitentiary. With all the shows they are doing over in Europe, now is a good time to bring back the European title back. That's a good show, Matthew. I get that. Like I said, I mean, what if it came back as a women's mid-card title? A lot of people want a women's mid-card title. They could just call it the women's intercontinental title or the women's US title, but the European title's got a different flair to it. Ivar, definitely surprising. I don't mind Ivar in NXT. Absolutely. And I mean, we don't know when or if we're getting his partner back. I have a feeling if they get back to full, as they're fighting, big boo by Ivar. Springboard, crossbody, down goes Oba. And Ivar is on fire. He's got that belt. And the crowd has been live at Full Sail today. Sons of Anarchy Viking. There you go. There you go. As the crowd chants raid, Oba trying to figure his life out. And Ivar holding that title. And from the super serious to not serious at all as we go to Meta 4. They should have Oba Femi on Raw instead of Ilja last night. Would have popped the rating tonight. No. I mean, again, you brought up both world champions, and I get your point. I would love to see Oba make a surprise appearance. Like if next Monday Ivar's in a match with somebody and Oba shows up, let's go. I'm okay. I don't mind annual tournaments, but AEW has tournaments for any and everything. I think that's as we get into year 5 with Tony. We've seen a lot of street fights, a lot of death matches, a lot of tournaments, a lot of rinse and repeat, and it starts to lose the effect. And even like you did the Continental Classic, but it didn't even end up making sense the way it worked out. Now you got Kingston dropping titles individually. It sounded like he was merging all 3 titles into this Continental title, but that was wrong. Oh, Dijak interrupting Metaphor. But yeah, I mean, again, you go to the well too many times, it stops getting interesting. Ivar the Butcher, right? Oba's eyes was red as hell. We both must have enjoyed the vitamins. He's feeling good. He's celebrating that big win. Battle Royals, great example. Lots of Battle Royals. Meaningless Battle Royals. Jade for Queen. Very possible, smile mark. Where we talk about the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring kind of pole vaulting athletes to another level. Perfect for Jade. And again, maybe that's a little where she digs in a little more as a heel, becomes Queen Jade with a chip on her shoulder, and she gets to be an asshole for a little while until the real queen shows back up. I like that. I like that a lot. Oba versus Trick Williams. Yeah, maybe down the road we could get that. As here comes OTM again. I guess it's going to be Jada Parker in action. Ivar versus Oba, sponsored by Arby's. We have the meats. 100%. A meat penitentiary match. 100%. Good promo for Ivar. This is great work for him. Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that Ivar gets to show up. They hand him a mic, and he showed up and he showed out. I was very happy with that. I think him and Oba are going to throw down. And again, it's nice when you see Ivar come into this, and other athletes have done it, and they get a little more airtime. They get a little more mic time. They get a little more exposure and remind us who they are. Speaking of reminding us who they are,
I was going to say, of someone who doesn't need more mic time or anything like that. But yeah, I feel like I've seen other, websites and everything like that have given us a penitentiary meat match, but I'll leave it at that. But yeah, Oba Femi versus Jacob Fatu. I think that's just the kaiju battle. That's Godzilla versus King Kong right there. Tony, you can use that to pitch your new Warner Discovery movie there.
Ren St. Clair, I think that's her name, or Rensky, or whatever the fuck.
Ren, yeah. Well, it was Maddie Rinkowski before, and then she joined NXT as Ren St. Clair.
She's with Social Gathering.
No, you got the wrong woman. You've got Brinley Reese out here.
Oh, Brinley Reese, the other squirrel. My bad.
The one that's
they all look the same, Nick.
Hale out here.
They all look the same. Taking on Jada Parker, by the way. If you get your predictions in, let us know who you're taking.
This is a fucking wagon off.
Thirst trap match.
Jada Parker. I say with all due respect, but it's a wagon off.
Oba Femi versus Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed, the meat match.
Meat apocalypse. We're just gonna start turning into, never mind. I forgot literally what I was.
Good times. Yeah, that instantly becomes the Dave's triple. Fucking.
Oh, epic mealtime. That's what I was thinking of. Exactly. Lazy Susan saw you, bearded Canadian. It all came back around. What comes around is all around, Ricky.
If Axiom and Nathan Frazier don't win, they can never tag again. Now I think they're winning. I kind of thought it earlier.
Who cares? Boo.
I picked them to win, not stand and deliver, and I was wrong. So, Brinley.
Yeah, but I hate that though. Of like one of those. Well, you then I guess have to win on the fucking rematch post pay-per-view because you couldn't win at the pay-per-view. It's just you're strong arm and you're telling us, potentially what's going to happen before it happens unnecessarily.
Right. It's interesting that NXT is featuring 3 women's matches. That's not interesting. That's kind of consistent. We get a lot of women's matches and a lot of women's backstage work on NXT.
Tell me you don't watch regularly, or you don't watch NXT regularly without telling me you don't watch NXT regularly.
Jada for the win. Got Jada. Love this match. Let's effing go. Were we supposed to get the Meat Invitational at WrestleMania? No,
that was the last AEW pay-per-view, and then they turned it into a whole other thing, even though everyone that they had advertised for the Meat Palooza was still healthy and still in the other match. So, yeah.
Dear Tony, I'm not able to wrestle. Thank you for considering me for this match. Jada. Nobody picking Squirrel Girl.
That vicious squirrel.
Squirrel. Cody at the Paris Olympics this summer. Is he competing? Like what?
Right. And what, the shot put, the discus?
Right?
100-yard
Bars?
dash?
Is he doing the uneven bars?
Well, I mean, you could argue it's been uneven booking, so I mean, he might be pretty good at that.
Right. What do you think of Corbin's post-tag breakup? I don't know. I want them to stick together.
Yep.
Move up together.
That's why I'm like, so then they drop the titles tonight because they 100% go up to the main roster, whether it be on SmackDown, whether it be on Monday Night Raw. They're in your tag team division, especially now that you've had the tag team title split. You need tag teams. And that's one thing the main roster has been lacking since the tag team titles have been unified for every year is tag teams.
Yeah. Meaningful tag teams. Tag teams that are convincing, not just thrown together tag teams. And to be honest, I think they did a really good job at WrestleMania as far as Awesome Truth coming out on Raw. They'll be fun. Line up some heels to give them a run. I don't expect them to have a super long run, but they deserve it. And then on the other side, you got the douche canoes, which I think are going to do a great job of line up the baby faces on SmackDown and have them, piss everyone off for the next few months. I like it. I think it works.
Do they get involved or paired with Logan Paul? And granted, how much is Logan Paul involved?
Yeah.
And on a side note, I liked Samantha Irvine's retweet of Jake Paul's reaction to the main event. And she even just quote tweets it with, serious overreaction and all that, because that's what everyone was saying with her, crying, introducing or announcing Cody won.
What a beautiful moment, too. Who will get the main roster call to the draft? Ilja, for sure.
Yep.
Could Oba get drafted, bro? Too soon?
But yes and no. But then, like I said, he's the goddamn kaiju out there. It's just kind of let them fight.
Do you think this is what Ivar could be for Oba? Let's see how he goes with Ivar heading into something like a draft.
Could be, because I mean, I know we said Jacob Fatu, and granted that's still a little bit because of knowing Jacob Fatu up in the air, but Oba Femi, Bronson Reed, anything like that, like we're gonna have our own monsterverse potentially in WWE, or at least our forming here, our meat division. Pause.
I would be behind like a super heavyweight title, and you put all like the 320 and plus in that category, or 300.
You got to declare a Haas boss,
right? A Haas boss, the meat penitentiary division,
right? Boss Hog out there.
Two count by Jada.
But so yeah, are you taking Jada? I'm taking Jada.
I'll take Jada. I mean, OTM's been real underwhelming, so Jada might be the star of this group, to be honest.
Oh, I think she already is. And I also can't make a joke because I don't need Will Smith to come slap me in the face or nothing. But yeah, I'm taking Jada here.
Right. Keep my wife's name out of
your mouth. Keep my wife's behind out your mouth.
The main roster calls Trick Williams. I could see that, but I think he's due. Like, I think he's the heir to the throne of Ilja.
Yeah, he needs to kind of reign over NXT for a bit, I feel, respectfully, because you need to have a bit of that separation between him and Carmelo a bit. Carmelo's a guy that I think goes up, obviously, main roster right now, currently SmackDown. Yeah, you have to where Trick stays in NXT for a bit. You have that separation for a bit. Now, it's fitting because I'm looking at Small Mark's avatar right now. Are Carmelo and Trick forever destined to be a little bit like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like Seth and Roman. Like, they'll venture down different paths in their career, but they always kind of find each other again. And we saw it with Seth at WrestleMania with Roman. We saw it with KO and Sami at WrestleMania. I think, they will, 5 years from now, they'll be having a WrestleMania match. And, the package will be reminding us of these days when they used to be tight friends and what happened.
Right. It's like you and I guess we're destined to do this dance forever.
Right? Destined, my guy. Dijak deserves drafted. I would be okay with a Dijak draft.
Yeah, you need to do it. It's
Do
amazing.
it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Look what that Look what that
Oh,
drew for you. A shiny red ball.
did she knock her out with her thigh? Her finisher is a hip thrust.
I mean, that's a deadly weapon. Have you seen the thickness
Oh.
behind that? That's a deadly weapon. That's a fucking sledgehammer just smacking you upside your dome piece here.
The wagon bomb for the win.
Right.
All right, Jada, we see you. We see you.
Shit, Tony Storm does it in a turnbuckle. She just does it because I know I got that actual wagon here.
Right, right. Sol Ruka with the Santina, little Santina.
Bro, this looks like don't smoke weed ad of Sol Ruka is very much the one like, do you want to smoke this
I
left
get
hand
high.
lettuce? Everything. And Ariana's out here of I'm the beauty queen.
I really dig in this look by Sol Ruka though. It's kind of working for me.
I'm gonna say it. Somebody
never
that
mind.
you date doesn't make a good pro wrestler.
I think we're gonna get Lola and Soul, and then Natty. She's the boat because they all float down here, Timmy. There's an AD with Cody talking about Olympic wrestling. Seems like he's representing WWE at the Olympics. Seems like Nick would do. What?
Why am I wrestling people at the Olympics? How did I get there?
I don't know how you got dragged into the wrestling match.
I mean, I'll take on all comers. Pause.
Yeah. As we are getting the main event, Axiom and Frazier on their way out. So don't adjust your TV sets, folks. It's going to get interesting.
Right.
Do you ever see Anna Jay as a women's champion in AEW? Oof. If she continues,
which one of the 7 women's championships are we asking about?
Right.
Ring of Honor TV title, Ring of Honor women's title, TBS title. Which one?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, realistically, dude, she's no better or worse than some of the other title holders, especially when you talk about the TBS title. Like, roll a dice. Who's better, Julia Hart or Anna Jay? Like, they're not that far off outside of Julia Hart's got a way better entrance. Yeah, it's not like it's prestigious. Yeah, Anna Jay could surprise anybody any day. It's not that far of a drop off.
Right.
There's Wolf.
Ariana Grace just gets it. Absolutely. And so John C was clarifying Nick Khan. Well, when you just say Nick and you're talking to someone named Nick, you might need to clarify some shit.
You're confusing me.
And I was already confused before you got here.
Right.
Yeah, no, Sol Ruka is great visually, and I just what the fuck's character? I get it. I'm not super behind it. It's just still constantly. I'm gonna soak up the sun. She's Sheryl Crow as a pro wrestler,
right? Yeah, that's very. I like her look, though. I mean, again, to each their own, but I like it. I mean, the baggy overalls, the laid back vibe, the beach girl, kind of working for me.
You can like her look and still not like her as a pro wrestler because there's the.
She's good in the ring, though. She's very athletic in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
I've been very impressed with the ring work. We have seen Oba versus Breaker. No, I don't believe we have, because that would be the meeting of two walls.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, yeah, that's the irresistible force versus the immovable object here.
Right. Justin Fleming saying Roxanne Perez is like Charlotte Flair 2.0. Not quite. Lyra is like Becky 2.0, closer. Got Rob Saturday, and Roxanne is going to pay. No wonder why Cora Jade was right about her one-time best friend. Lots unpackaged there, but yeah, no. Yeah, we'll see. Jade will be back soon. What's that?
No, I was going to just say that got me confused. I was going to go off of that entirely. It made me think of how you mentioned about Jade winning Queen of the Ring, and maybe she gets challenged by the other queen. And I'm kind of all here for at some point down the road a Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill feud.
Yep. That's why I said when you were on break, I think, is if
Yeah.
Jade becomes Queen Jade and digs into maybe a little more heel attitude, then she's kind of in her more natural fit. She gets to, play queen. And then when the real queen's ready to return from injury, there we go. Queen on queen. How dare you call yourself a queen? And that sets up Jade, Charlotte, maybe Survivor Series, maybe early next year. I think it works.
Ooh, that is the Survivor Series match. You get a War Games match. You get, the 4 horsewoman versus, all the women who are independent. So,
Right.
Anthony gets that. Yeah. But we do have Axiom and Frazier taking on Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin right now. So let us know who you're taking. And did you see the little clip that was going around to where when Braun was hitting his kind of slingshot spear and everything, man's hit the rope so hard it shifted the ring.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it the one week he fell through the ropes? Remember, he hit the middle rope and got caught.
Got hung up a little bit.
Yeah, he was like the first guy in history to hit the fucking ropes and end up with one rope in his face. How'd you end up back there?
They need to do that whole, like, much like Brock Lesnar of he, hits the ropes with this level of velocity and all of this, and really just show, quote unquote, the specimen that is Braun Breaker, because that's a fucking blue chip of an athlete across the board.
Oh yeah. Braun literally runs like an NFL running back.
Facts.
He runs like Uncle. He runs like Uncle Ricky or Daddy Ricky. Uncle Scotty.
You better run if you don't want to slow. Run, Ricky, run.
Oh. Nathan up and over. Enziguri to Corbin and both men to the outside.
Right.
People hyping up Dynamite as it might be the best Dynamite ever. I hope so. We will be here live to cover it.
But again, so why are we hyping this up? Are we hyping this up because of any matches that we're having going on? Don't worry, I'll wait. No, we're hyping this up because of controversy, because of we've got to use some shit to sell shit. As you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And unfortunately for Tony Khan and the Pudding Gang and all of that, they've just constantly been the villain in this. You're just becoming, controversy is king. You're becoming Eric Bischoff. You're becoming the people you hate.
Right. Well, it's funny because you're becoming the villain while playing the angel. Like the whole time you've been like, we don't know. Like, it's none of our fault.
No, that's fitting because they don't know how to book a fucking heel turn on their television, so they damn sure ain't gonna be able to do it in real life.
Right. But yeah, it'll be very interesting. We will be here live for it. I mean, dream match, Penta and Edge. So,
anyone want to talk about that?
So we will get that match. I believe we're getting Jericho and are we getting, or was that on Collision? Jericho and Hook.
I think that's on Collision. Yeah, to where you're getting Jericho, Hook, and all that versus Shane Taylor Promotions with now they added Anthony Ogogo.
Ogogo, yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, well, no, that's what Tony needs to be listening to is no.
I think the Bucks are trying to make Punk look bad, but it's going to backfire. How is Punk going to look bad in this, Nick? Like, what is the okay? We watched the footage, and after the footage, we're like, man, I really hate Punk now, or that that proves he's a can. What could they show that's really going to affect any opinion of Punk?
Well, and I will, we're in commercial break right now, but there's nothing that they could show unless, like, you're seeing something to where you could validate Tony Khan fearing for his life, and Tony Khan's just going on this psychotic rampage that would really shift the tide because CM Punk has addressed all of this. CM Punk addressed this when he was actually interviewed instead of just spouting off to spout off or anything like that.
Right.
100%. He has openly given his point of view and even said during that, this is my point of view. It might be a little jaded, what have you. I don't know what you have up your sleeve that could really be this big trump card that you think it is.
Yeah. And I mean, he even said in the interview, like, listen, if you hate me, that's fine. Just leave me alone. You can hate me all you want. Like, again,
I'm not going to convince you the other way. So fuck it.
And we've seen that. There's some people that just don't want to hear any part of it. And again, if the reports came out or the proof came out, like, and we even talked about it, Nick, there was things he did in the situation that he was wrong, completely wrong. He could have handled things better, differently. And that's easy for us to say as outsiders looking in.
But he said it. He said it too.
He said it. Facts. So, I mean, again, he's not an angel, but there's no win for me here. Like, I don't see a moment where after they show this footage, they all high five each other with a job well done.
It's again, I don't give a shit why they think anyone cares. Like, I don't need to know why you two broke up. You broke up, move the fuck on. And one side's at least admitting that maybe they weren't, they weren't an angel, like we said, of, they weren't without fault, but they're at least talking about it, and they're talking about it through the correct platforms and the correct channels and everything, versus one side wants to act like they have no fault in this situation.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I think everybody's to blame, and move on. Work on your company, put on the best shows you possibly can, and fuck it. But I'm really curious. I still have this gut feeling it's going to be, by the way, we're back to the action and the Wolf Dogs are in control. Right. But I don't know. I got this sneaky feeling in my gut that this is going to be some bullshit. It's going to be some fucking cartoon. It will be like a Tom and Jerry cartoon or something. For the old references, that was a cat and a mouse. For the they fight
and fight. The Itchy and Scratchy Show.
Oh, DDT on Braun. But yeah, Axiom going up.
It's
You're right.
One of those of just, I don't care anymore.
You heard
Razor with the splash 1, 2. Yeah. Corbin breaks it up, but I don't care anymore. This is months old shit and everything. And this is only between you, and it's moved on. I don't care anymore.
Facts. That's again, exactly. I could not agree more. We don't care anymore. This is my favorite. Oh, they're gonna lose.
The straps are off. The straps are off. How? Oh, shit. We're gonna get something to where Axiom's getting planted by.
He kicked out. Mariah May versus Anna Jay.
Now, Corbin, why did you release the choke on the kick out? I mean, I guess it's shock of, can you believe it?
But you can't win. You can't choke out the not legal man.
Yeah, but you can incapacitate him. The ref ain't calling a fucking DQ or anything.
Right. Well,
it's a lot easier to win when it's 2-on-1 versus 2-on-2.
He's still pretty down and out.
I thought we were going to get to the point to where Braun was going to hit a thing that went into Corbin, and that caused the kerfuffle and so on and so forth.
Oh, here comes Frazier. Maybe you were right, Nick. Keep the chokehold. Drop kick.
Yeah, literally. This man ain't hitting top rope drop kicks and everything like that if he's incapacitated.
Oh!
Deep six.
Does
Corbin have the best move set for a guy who doesn't get pushed?
Such a great move set. Oh, Doomsday Bulldog. It's over. No, Axiom says nothing.
Bro.
Kick in the face.
You just sitting there posed like this and just Qatar.
Is it fair to say that NXT's delivered in the ring tonight?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Solid matches tonight. That feels too soon because Roxanne should have a solid reign. If her and Julia face, Roxanne is losing. Yeah, I mean, Roxanne could stay put for a little while now that she's got the belt. Lyra might get picked up, but I'm worried about her getting lost.
I missed that.
Axiom and Frazier aren't losing.
Roll that beautiful bean footage in about 3 minutes.
I heard Punk threw his dog at Perry. I heard Larry was biting people in the first dust up. I want to see that footage. You want to impress me? Show me the brawl out. Show me the brawl out footage.
But again, I said it before with this, and I don't want to talk over the finish of this match.
Oh, what a kid!
I thought it was about to hit the end of days. Just god damn. Counters a spear with how's my boot taste?
Oh, yeah, but Karma came around quick.
And not Awesome Kong.
Who's the next Braun Breaker guy? Jade Cargill.
Who's the next Braun Breaker guy or Paul Heyman guy?
Paul Heyman guy, my God. I'm trying to watch the match. Everyone down. Braun's up.
Braun's about to fucking spear somebody into the nether regions here. Hey, and the little hold up there of Corbin of like, I got you. Are you okay? Are you okay?
This camera angle is making me out. This camera angle is making me dizzy, to be honest.
Bro, this is way better than any Joe Gacy intro, anything like that. I'm all the way for
it. Over!
Phoenix Splash!
3,
2, 3!
Nathan Frazier and
Bro, they even call them the dynamic duo. They are 100% not Man and Robin. Not Man.
Could they get a replica Batmobile like the old school 60s one?
It's just powered by like a tricycle and shit.
Right. Will they come in on power wheels?
It's just one of those mod kits you had on a tricycle.
If they don't show the footage, they lose credibility. If they show the footage, they lose credibility. Fact.
But that's the thing, though. And going back to that, I guess, because it's been the obvious conversation here of you were saying of even seeing the brawl up footage and everything. At this point, I don't fucking care anymore. We've moved so on past this of Punk clearly doing other shit and has moved on. Why haven't you? So I don't care anymore.
Because he didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, Nick.
Final Testament.
Look. AOP in the house and Karrion Kross. So all the testaments are here.
Right. We're taking this shit to the Biblics, MDB. We're taking this shit to the Biblics. AOP, you know me. We can't do it on the main roster, so we got to do it on NXT.
NXT after Stand and Deliver was fucking cooking tonight.
I can argue it was better than the Raw after me.
You might actually, yeah.
Oh, double powerbomb.
Yo, this might work.
This needs to work because there ain't anything else left. You're down to the bottom.
Leave them there for a while. Let them run the fucking show. Let them take over the whole show for a little while just to get some momentum. To the Biblics.
Right, yeah. MTV.
Oh, we still got Trick. We still got time. We still got time.
I was like,
ready to say goodnight. What is your rating?
Thank you. Have a good night. Let's talk some bullshit. Yeah, no.
As we got Trick Williams coming out next, and we go to a commercial break, folks.
I will again. I said this, and I'll say this now. NXT after Stand and Deliver better than Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania.
You can have that. I might.
Not even what I'm mad at.
Again, I think it's expectation. This one exceeds the average expectations we had. The other one we expected a shit ton, and we're a little bit meh.
Yes, but no, I saw people throw around the question. I can ask this as we're in commercial break about we didn't get any MJF or anything like that, and I know I'm the Scarf Care member and everything, but I never expected it. That was to me, it was something that they told me nothing that told me that was going to happen outside of what I built up. They build up the Raw after Mania to be a thing, and they don't build up the NXT after Stand and Deliver to be as big of a thing. And I think one outkicked their coverage.
Facts. I accept all of that, sir. I have no witty comeback. I have no debate.
Oh, come on. Fight back. Fight back.
There's nothing. I'm with you on this one. I'm riding with you on this. But Anthony also enjoying NXT tonight. Yeah, man, it cooked. And I thought the in-ring, everything else aside, like when you talk about we are the show that just puts on good matches, almost every match tonight was solid.
They're getting back to what I've hung my hat on for the longest time with NXT and made me at times want to eat my hat of it's the most consistent week in and week out show in pro wrestling of they show up and show out because that's what the show's about. Now, sometimes you want to turn the show off, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah.
Yeah, Richardson, I hate that Cross got demoted. This is not a demotion. It's not like people got to be wise to what's happening here. It's not a demotion.
Ilja just went over Nakamura last night on Monday Night Raw. This is a lateral movement, if anything.
Right. I hope NXT, that'd be interesting if NXT got their own draft picks, but they only drafted their people.
No, fuck it. I'm gonna steal somebody.
Yeah.
Well, no. And Karrion Kross is not the Final Testament is not officially a part of NXT. I will draft the Final Testament to NXT. I will draft Natalya to NXT because that's the thing is the draft ain't far away. It's only a couple weeks.
NXT drafts Liv Morgan. Yes. What is
she
this?
Sabu's, Ava Rain in the face with a chair.
Right. That felt more like the ending, and they're still giving us more. Jesus. I thought the show was done. I was literally about to pitch to ratings.
Yeah, trust me, I was right there with you because we're at it was 9:53, 9:56 right now and everything. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I was like, shit, okay.
Now, but this is the tightrope that you kind of walk of now you have Trick go out there. Right, but did you forget? We clearly forgot Trick was going to be there. How much of the viewing audience forgot Trick was going to be there? You tune out. You're watching on rewind. You're banking on some overrun, etc.
Yeah, I mean they usually run that a little bit, and I mean I think we're okay with Trick because the minute his music hits, the fans are going to be up and jumping again. Like that's the one fail safe a little bit here. Of you're right, like
that's great for the fans. I'm saying for the viewers, for people tuned in, I feel like they might have thought that was the the go home moment and everything like that. So yeah, we're tuning out.
Because us and our vitamins thinking that the show was over doesn't mean everyone else out there didn't realize that there was still time on the clock.
Well, no, we literally had multiple people saying I thought that was the end.
Don't lump them in with us.
I'm out here trying to be of the people. KJ is like, don't lump them in with us.
Well, I'm trying to save them. A lot of people say Ilja should lose to Trick, but maybe Cross should beat Ilja and rebuild the singles credibility. Interesting.
Perhaps.
You can't have that. I am mad at you. To be fair, fans overhype Raw after Mania, not WWE. I didn't think Raw was over promoted. Facts. And we got lots of surprises. We just didn't get MJF or Hulk Hogan.
You can't say that as the fucking deciding thing. No, you can't say that because that wasn't the deciding thing. I never expected that.
Ilja wasn't a good enough surprise. Roxy wasn't a good enough surprise. John Cena was not a good enough surprise. Come on, fans, enjoy the wrestling.
No, because I don't need to hang my hat on surprises. I need to hang my shit on good storytelling and good booking and everything like that. You may have hung it more on surprises and everything like that.
Yeah, but we're not getting back into this.
But what carried over from Monday Night Raw into next week?
You're gonna make me explain it again. Sammy's situation carries over. The whole situation with Judgment Day carries over. We got Drew and CM Punk now building towards their next confrontation. They built quite a bit, man. Like I don't think they're getting credit, at least from you, for they literally opened up a show and they restarted a bunch of stories. The only thing up in the air was Cody. What is next for Cody? Will it be The Rock, at SummerSlam? Is there something before that? But beyond that, they set up a lot, including, the tag to every one of their titles, including Rhea Ripley's, got set up on Monday for the future.
They started off a show with a 40-minute promo that sat there and had, this is awkward.
That was it.
This is awkward.
So they didn't build anything for next week because of that moment.
No, I'm saying they had a hole to climb out of.
But yeah,
I'm questioning if they climbed out of it.
They had 5 bad minutes, which I took points off for. But beyond that, they had plenty to build for next week. And I just listed it. If you right there. Is Tony D and the family glorifying crew?
Is this the Sopranos? They're
Uh,
not one of the 5 families out there, or
Yeah, we're both kind of right. It is, because I could see it either way. I mean, I understand where people wanted more, but I was very content with what I got. Nick wanted more. The only thing I don't think there was a lack of was story, and every single title they set up an angle on every single one of their belts except Cody's. So I have to give them credit for that. If other people don't see that, well, we'll see what happens next week when they continue it. Ooh, spring breaking coming up in 2 weeks. As Trick in the ring giving love to the fans.
I thought he was out here shouting out spring breaking because I missed them shouting it out. So I was like starting to hit the robot and everything.
Right.
Mom and Dad are fighting.
Nah, never.
All the time. But we still love each other. We're not going to get a divorce.
Boston, can we add Raw's After Mania to the list, please?
I need a fucking list. That'll be something that
I'm gonna make you a concert t-shirt.
I might just need it as a personal thing of the list of shit I'm mad at.
I'm gonna make a concert t-shirt, but instead of like the places you went, it's the shit you don't like.
No, it's on the front. You can have that. That is what I'm mad at.
Yeah, and then the list of like your tour dates.
Shit.
Women's Chamber, October.
When I got pissed off about it.
Right? That's what we got to do.
Paul just
he's giving some love to Carmelo. Lex is king his ass. That's random to throw out there.
It's like just random shots fired.
Doyle rules. What?
See, bosses with mom on this one. I guess I'm mom. You have that. That's even what I'm at.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Trick out here just cutting a promo.
Doyle rules. Let's go. Another reason why I think Cross went back to NXT is because of Uncle Howdy returning to dark gimmicks. That could be a possibility, guys. And we don't know. They could be down there for 2 weeks and back up. We have no idea. So, like, everyone acts like, oh shit, this is a permanent thing. Like they're forever NXT. We don't know. Give it time. We'll see how it plays out. But I don't hate it because they need something.
Yeah, keep it a buck. They needed that. Like we were saying going into WrestleMania weekend, that was probably the least momentum, the least match we were excited for and everything is them versus Bobby the Prophets. And granted, we also, if Uncle Howdy does come back, and I still will just say if, we don't know. I know he's probably going to. I'm just saying if for, accusations, but it still could be 2-3 weeks, whatever, before we even start to begin to get a payoff for it.
Yeah.
Because everything they showed, they only showed one thing actually on air. Everything else was just to the live audience, much like when they did start off with the, playing the Jefferson Airplane and everything.
Yeah.
It was all just that viral thing of, did you see this? Nope, I didn't. So it spreads like wildfire.
Yeah, let social media do the work. But Ilja has made his way out to the ring, challenged by Trick Williams. We kind of knew that this was where they were going to head with this, but Trick still can't talk. I think Trick's okay talking. I don't think he's that bad at it.
No, not at all. I think he's pretty on par, if not one of the better people out of NXT on the mic.
Right. They had The Undertaker and The Brood and Kane all at once. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Huh? Oh, I see what you're saying about keeping the dark tandems away from each other. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, could they do it? Yeah, they could even make them rivals. But
are they too similar? Like that's the thing is maybe. All of those gimmicks were dark gimmicks, but they had a pretty significant difference. Final Testament, I feel, would be similar to Uncle Howdy. It's almost the same thing. Valid. It's much like how we called the Schism, the Dyad, what have you, Discount, Wyatt family, what have you. It's the same shit.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. In my opinion on Raw, it was good. Raw after Mania, but it did its job getting a hyped moving forward. It was good matches, outcomes, and not everything was great, but the show overall was enjoyable. Facts. I think that's in line with both of us.
Well, not, you know, I think it's one of those we've both agreed that, you know, we just agree to disagree of, you know, one of us may have enjoyed it more than the other or what have you. But yeah.
Ilja said no. You had your chance and you failed. I feel like he should be fucking captain of a submarine in a movie.
No, he's a fucking Bond villain, my guy. Or at least an Austin Powers villain.
I expect you to die.
All right. What did you expect me to do? I expect you to job, Mr. Trick.
Right. Maybe Jacob shows up tonight. I don't know.
That would be an outstretch here. That would be really out of the blue.
And your guy's opinion is dragging off over with WWE Galaxy.
What?
Show your work. Ilja Dragunov is a baby back bitch. No sign of Mello. Maybe the feud's over. Remember, Mello's been technically part of the main roster. So we kind of thought that would happen.
Yeah, he was signed with SmackDown.
Oh, lose and leave NXT?
Oh.
A loser leaves town match. Going old school.
Yeah, you know, because Ilja's going to lose, and then he goes and takes on Gunther, and we have that fucking fantastic feud going to Bash at Berlin, and you get Ilja versus Gunther, and just all of the wet dreams. All of the wet dreams. Sorry.
When you use the word dream match, that sounds just about as dreamy as it could get.
Dreamy, creamy, one of the two. Something.
Oh, okay, we got a handshake, so the NXT title will be on the line. But, speak of the devil. We spoke too soon.
Codebreaker on a Trick. So, yeah, Carmelo jumping Trick and shoves Trick into Ilja into the ropes here.
So, Carmelo not done yet.
Well, you've got to extend this at least till spring breaking.
Right. So you do a triple threat and both people who lose leave and Trick wins.
Has that been done before? Honestly, that's a serious question.
Only the winner can stay is the fucking stipulation. And basically Carmelo says, you're not getting this belt. No way. It's mine.
I'm really kind of all the way for watching these men in a triple threat match here.
Yeah, after we provide our breakdown of why Mello hasn't been here, there he is.
Oh, right. I'm gonna make you eat your words.
So there you go. Setting up spring breaking in 2 weeks. What a show. I'm fucking thrilled with that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to be creamy in the meat penitentiary. This just keeps getting worse.
I saw it. I didn't want to read it, but you read it.
Right.
But so, yes, that does it 100% for the NXT after Stand and Deliver, the fallout from Stand and Deliver, and I guess ni hao. But how you feeling, folks? Give us your ratings out of 10. How you feeling? How are you feeling, sir? Especially, we're coming out of WrestleMania weekend. This is really the fallout week from WrestleMania. How you feeling with NXT tonight?
I'm feeling like we haven't stopped, and I think that's because we haven't. But truthfully, and in all honesty, I thought Stand and Deliver was a good show. And then coming out of that, trying to figure out what's next, I thought they killed it tonight. I see a 9 on the board. But yeah, I think grading on a curve tonight cooked. And I thought we got a lot of surprises, a lot of twists and turns, new tag champions. The matches were really good tonight.
No, absolutely. 100%. And like you said, new tag champs, we've now set up already, I would assume, the main event for spring break and all of that.
Did that get said, Dale? Sorry, Nick. Was that announced?
Mello, what now? No,
Mello
I don't think that
Williams.
at all got said. If that did, that's a fucking shock and a half to me. But we had Natalia show up. We had the Final Testament to show up. That was a big pop for
Ivar.
everybody here. You can have Ivar.
Dude, I almost caught you because you were in such a positive role. I tried to put him in.
Yeah. It's like me with Tiffany. I'm just, I'm Tiffany.
Right.
No. You have Ivar. But 100% of very much the landscape has changed, and there is a new landscape, not only in WWE, but especially in NXT going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. No Jacob Fatu, no Tamatonga, no Julia. Patience, birdies. We will get fed. It's not a dream match when it's been done in the Indies and the NXT UK. Norbert, that's not true. That's not factual. And a rematch is sometimes a dream match because we already seen the match. So now we want to see it again.
They made a whole movie on fucking Apollo and Rocky having a rematch and everything. You can miss me with that shit. So, trust me. What got me into Ilja and Gunther and everything was their match in Dub X Dub with fucking Bad Bones and everything. But that's the thing. Is when you watch them fuckers have that match, you want to sit there and have it again. Same thing, like I'll give him credit with Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. I do want to see that match. Yeah. Kenny Omega versus Okada. How many times did we see that? Fucking 5 times over in the same promotion. Every time's a dream match. So miss me with that.
You ever hear of a reoccurring dream? 8.5 out of 10 knee pads. Mello versus Trick in a steel cage next week. So okay. Used it. Mello versus Trick is again. Does somebody fight Ilja at Spring Break-In? Holy shit! Then by Mello.
Yeah, well, I thought they were setting up for it to be a triple threat, which I thought would have been fantastic. And I can't remember when they said Spring Break-In was. It might have fallen in kind of almost in line with the draft or whatever. But if they're going to do that as a steel cage match, I honestly think and hope that out delivers its, stand and deliver counterpart.
Well, it's kind of what I asked you about Jay and Jimmy. Do they run that back one more time? Now, it doesn't look like it because Jay's going to go after Damian. But here's a chance for them to go in a steel cage and burn it down and kind of make up for, not make up, you know what I mean, though, but like kind of recover from what wasn't quite the match we hoped it was on Saturday.
Add that oomph, that intensity, that, I guess even like we were talking about with Roxanne at the start of the show, that bass in your voice, you need to have that little baritone there every now and then.
Fair enough. All right, so people are confirming. There you go. Is that a triple threat match? No. I guess it's going to be Mello Williams straight up in a cage. Maybe the winner, assuming either guy, I guess, would then try and take out Ilja after that. 9 out of 10. Get to see the leaked video tomorrow. Apparently, we will be on the journey together, folks, and we will find out what Tony Khan and the EVPs have up their sleeve. I have no idea. For all I know, it's going to be a TK sex tape. I have no idea what we're going to get tomorrow. Your guess is as good as mine.
That's I'm not going to touch that because I can't afford a lawyer. Instead of fighting Frizzies at 11, we're going to see fighting Frizzies at 8 o'clock.
There you go. Is Dragunov over with the fans? I think so. I think it's a big pop. People get excited to see him. Big pop for him last night.
Now, granted, that is a little bit of a carryover from the WrestleMania audience and everything. Yeah. But I think he's very much already been proving leading into that he's over like Rover.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think Ilja is good with the fans. And again, he's a guy that can do it. His actions kind of speak louder than his words, but his intensity is unbelievable, and he sells like nobody else, man.
Right.
There you go. So, very intriguing cage match being added to next week. 8 out of 10. All right. Spring break is in 2 weeks, so there you go. 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. All right. So people are pretty happy with this one. What?
No, that just made me laugh. If nobody on the rush would dare touch Double J.
9 out of 10 says Steve. I'm going to give it an 8 tonight, dude.
I'm right there with you, actually. I'm surprised you went there. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean, I could have my arm twisted actually higher, but 8 sounds solid. Again, Chase U pulls down a couple points. Quarter pound crew maybe cost him the other point. So we're down to 8. We're good to go. Overall, solid night. The matches were solid from start to finish. Even the tag match was fun. I know some people are a little indifferent about Not Man and Robin, but man, it was a hell of a match. You can't take it away from how good that match was. So kudos to them. Braun Breaker's on the way to the main roster. Baron Corbin, maybe?
Oh, I think they need to, but even when you have guys like Javon Evans and everything like that are making their debut on NXT and have a show up and show out because that's what the show is about. I think that really helps elevate it to that 8 level, etc.
Absolutely. I wonder why Gigi has been off TV since losing to Ariana. I think you just keep her back for a while. They've kind of let her breathe. I don't think she's injured, but I think you let her breathe, let her kind of figure something out in the performance center and then revisit us. She's becoming the generic real quick.
That's a fucking comment I made on a stream that's aging like milk instead of fine wine.
Right? Shit. Quarter pounder catch crew was cringe. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with them. 7.5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's make last call. We thank everybody for being here tonight. Always a pleasure. Always a fun time. Oh, what?
I was just going to touch on, I was looking for this comment.
Oh, yeah.
Chair saying dream match is overused. 100%. It's other, and I won't say towards a specific promotion, but there is a lot of wrestling promotions that have now overused stuff to the point, whether it be calling a match a dream match, whether it be stipulations, etc., whether it be certain moves, etc., that it takes away a lot more than it gives back.
Yeah, and I mean, dream match has become a nauseating, Nick, in the sense of like, it used to like Hogan, The Rock, never thought this would happen. Dream match. Now it's like Minoru Suzuki and Adam Copeland on Collision. There's a huge drop off.
Dream match has become a meme instead of a statement.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a selling point. Now it's a meme.
Yeah, and it's just watered down. And if these are true dream matches, save them for big shows. Make them count. Make them matter. And I mean, again, it's just thrown around a lot. The term dream match has become like the Canadian destroyer of phrasing around here.
Facts. Couldn't have said it better. Well, I mean, fitting that the tag team that killed the super kick are killing dream matches too as well.
Right. Killing the business indeed. What are we looking forward to? All right, we'll shut her down. But what are we looking forward to tomorrow? Realistically, the footage. I want to know. They've piqued my curiosity. I want to know.
I was going to say that's it, and that's all they've tried to sell us on it. So that's all I should give a shit about. So yeah,
right. Yeah, I mean, again, will Penta and Edge be a decent match? Should be. I like both guys. Anna Jay taking on, who was she fighting? Anyway. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think the big selling point in this Dynamite is, what are they going to show? When are they going to show it? Are they going to keep it to the end? Are they going to show it early in the show? What is the plan here? Will it spike a number? I hate to say it, but more than anything else involved in the wrestling show that they're trying to produce, CM Punk's the most exciting thing about it.
Yep. And where's the Stopwatch Society on that? But I think it does it on that, my guy.
But that's it, folks. That's the show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. And again, click all the buttons. Follow us on social. Check out all our places of being, including Discord. You're right. That's so deep. But
just 6 feet. Just 6 feet from checking my place of being here.
Right. But thank you. We're back tomorrow for Dynamite and all week long. Be a friend, tell a friend. And Nick, great job by NXT.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you put it that for life with it.
Come back tomorrow. We're going to watch some crime TV. Let's go. Good night.
Dun-dun.
See you on the flip side.